Tech Natural is... We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Block seal the water tight, these Cindy Lauper types. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with a boxer's right, that make them drop the mic. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Block seal the water tight, these Cindy Lauper types. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with a boxer's right, that make them drop the mic. We drop a hot one, pumping like a shotgun. Number one spot, there, but we got a lock, son. The toss the key, my thoughts run deep, approximately a clock speed. Mach 3, hyper velocity sound. Tear it up and break it down. Well, wait, later they might as well hate us now. So we built a foundation on solid ground. Cause haters huff and puff, try to blow us down. We're not slowing down, in fact we getting quicker. We used to flow ill, now we diagnose sicker. Taking natural, yeah, we elevated. So far ahead of the game, now we feeling segregated. Cause competition, yeah, we got them frustrated. Cause they a duplicate, we custom made this spit. Yo, they got hip hop suffocated. It can't breathe, we just here to resuscitate it. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, these Cindy Lauper types. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with a boxer's right, that make them drop the mic. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, these Cindy Lauper types. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with a boxer's right, that make them drop the mic. Attacking supernatural, launching air strikes. From the intro, it ain't a fair fight. No, just when you thought you were prepared, right? Bringing skills short like Frodo's a no-no, like a butter knife, but don't cut it. Mediocre MC still got the game flooded. It's overflow from the engine to the carburetor. We got them sweating, breathing heavy like Darth Vader. Now they're trying to settle quick like an arbitrator. By talking smooth like a phone sex operator. I bite the style, but it has no flavor. We're here to stay, so hate us now or hate us later. Still kick the data with soul like Taylor. So pack it in and abort to the layer. Cause hiding out's the only thing that'll save ya from the wrath of the warpath. If you don't know the half, it's the two best, do the math. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, these Cindy Lauper types. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with a boxer's right, that make them drop the mic. We bring a proper like cover.
What is up, people? What's going on? Welcome back to the show, the O.O.C. As you see, we're missing a few people on the panel today, but it's okay. Maybe they'll come in later, maybe not. We're supposed to have a special guest coming in today to get some shit off of her chest, so maybe Dandelionfluff will pop in a bit later on. But for right now, you know, it's the Uptown crew, Cotoneige, Montreal. We'll set it off like we always do. Roberto, talk to the people, brother.
What's good? What's good, people? I got some shit to get off my chest. Looking forward to sharing it with y'all and get your opinions.
Excellent. Gaishka.
Yes, you can find me Sundays on the One Division Roundtable on Bigger Forward Entertainment. You can find me Tuesday, the Chaos List, and Wednesdays with the Rule of Three, and right here on the O.O.C.
That is correct. So let's start this shit off. Mr. Roberto, what you got to get off your chest, brother?
Well, I didn't introduce myself with all my shows because I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing my shit about how I'm going to start it up soon. Soon got no time frame. What I want to get off my chest is something that I, been thinking about for a long time, and it's coming to light more so now than ever. I recently noticed that there's two types of people out there. There's the I people and the we people. And I'm wondering if you guys get where I'm going with this. I'm a we people. I don't take credit for something that isn't rightfully only mine. So I have a hard time saying I when a question is posed to me. Kind of like, to give you a blunt example, President Trump. He only makes reference to him. I. No matter what his people do around him, he never says we. So I know some people, they be standing around and a question is posed to someone like, is this your house? They say, yeah, it's my house. Knowing that the person standing right next to them shares that house with them. So are you belittling that person? Or is that just the way it is?
I see what you're saying, you know what I mean?
Because if I rephrase that, sorry to cut you off, Monzo. If I rephrase that, maybe you'll see the light. Imagine if I ask you if this is your house and you say we live there and you know you live alone. Guy Scar knows you live alone. You don't think we're going to look at you weird, man? Who the fuck's he living with? Who's he living with? You know what I mean?
His 3 cats, man.
You know what I mean? So even if he has a pet, I would give him that, you know? But if he ain't got no pet but roaches, he can't say we.
Hey, man.
So on the reversal side, do you see where I'm coming from? So when you're on that tag along of the I person, at some point it wears thin, no? Like motherfucker, do I get any recognition for anything? What am I, lint in your pocket? You know what I mean?
Did something happen where you didn't get some recognition, brother? What happened?
Oh, just, it's just a build-up because, I'm an observant person. I always ask questions to myself, and I don't really get enough answers. This is why I want to do that show. But, as you guys hear every week, the shit ain't getting started yet.
Yeah, I know. I wonder
I'm a
why.
procrastinator,
Movie aficionados. Josh, what is up, brother?
That looks like a background. That looks like a background there.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the other background too. I asked you you to send it to me and I'll put it up.
Oh, you did ask me to send it to you?
I just asked you now.
He just did in private.
I was spending the last 15 minutes setting this thing up, man. Get the lighting right. It still doesn't look right, but I'm working on it.
I feel you. I shared my photo in the back screen.
Too much.
Yeah, Tim just says he hears a lot Trump saying we. Yeah, he says we when he's in trouble. When he wants something in return, right? But when it's about credit, it's definitely I, man. Yeah, when he's there with part of his mobs, he'll say we. But when it's about something going on, it's I.
Any recognition, praise.
Yeah.
It's I.
Absolutely, man.
I don't know if that guy, if it bothers you guys the way it bothers me. I don't know if you experience or even notice it. But, this is how we get shit off our chest because you might have something bothering you that you don't really want to talk about because you won't really fit in, right?
I have a list, man. So
this is what it's about. Share it, brother. Share it.
Tired, man. I'm tired of Trump. I'm tired of politics in fucking general, here, abroad, domestic. I'm tired of kids being locked up in their homes, especially kids that lost their high school graduation last year. Those that are losing their college graduations, those experience their lifetime moments that they're not getting back, right? And you know what? My kids they're at an age where they should be out with their friends, dating, experiencing things, and they're locked up in here with fucking screens and I hate TikTok. I hate WhatsApp. I call all these platforms that they're, I hate the smartphone. I call it the slave phone. I hate the fact that people think that this is a tool, but they're just fucking blind to see that the fact that we got these machines in front of us is just making us slaves, clickbait. They're making us into little bitches. That's what they're making us into, right? Because everybody's becoming freaking keyboard bullies. They're all tough behind the keyboard, but then if you're fucking face to face with them, they're shitting in their fucking pants, man. And I'm tired of people that cannot piss in the fucking toilet bowl because I don't know what the fuck are wrong with people, but their dicks are definitely not as big as they think, and and I hate it because it's pissing me off, literally.
Damn.
I'm tired.
Nice guy. Share that.
I'm telling you, man. No. Yeah, that's what I'm good at. Thank you very much.
Get that.
You guys get all that?
Oh, fuck, man.
Where's
my drink?
So that's what I'll say. We're locked down. You guys see that, right? For those that don't know, we're locked down. 8 o'clock curfew. Do you think it's helped or it's gonna help?
No. I still run into traffic at fucking 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock. There's more traffic than before. So how the fuck is this working?
The virus doesn't have a bedtime. It doesn't really go to sleep, so it doesn't really make any sense to close a certain,
And not only that, Josh, who's going anywhere between 8 and 5 a.m.?
That's what I was saying.
Well, I mean, I do because I have to,
Other than work, other than something essential, like if I have to last minute run to the grocery store, it closes at 9. So where am I going after that? Walk the dog.
especially on a Monday and Tuesday, bro. You know what I mean? Where am I going? You know,
The
that's
schools
what I
are
was
still
saying.
open. The schools are still
That
open.
is the
So
biggest issue.
how the box office stores are still open. I walk into IGA. I'm not waiting in line. I'm walking right in. Like nothing. There's no censorship. There's nothing. Nothing changed other than that lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
And
I just hope that it does work.
It's
Honestly,
not gonna. It's not gonna work.
I
Let's
know.
not care.
I'm trying to be positive, man.
I hear you.
I'm trying to be positive. Look, man, there's people getting the freaking vaccine and they're still getting the fucking COVID-19 after, right? So it's like it's unfortunately it goes back to what I said. And I'm sorry, I know people have lost loved ones and people are going through it now. It's not a question of not getting it, it's a question when your ass is gonna get it. And unfortunately, it's gonna come down to if your immune system's strong enough to fight it or not.
Smoke weed.
that's what I do.
Whatever, man. Whatever works, right?
Supposedly the shit's afraid of weed. This is what they say.
So you know what?
Shit don't want to hang around stoners.
You have
Hey,
a
man.
government our government, for example, when it spoke about lockdown months ago, almost a year ago, he said he didn't believe in it. And then the same motherfucker that said, I don't believe this shit's gonna work, is pushing it down our throats now.
And the thing about it is, there was a report that I read just a few days ago, and it said the biggest uptake, the once it started to come back again, was when the schools opened.
Mhm.
But yet the schools are still opening.
It's still open.
Like, come on now.
Now,
Because I remember I went to the movies, I was going out to eat, numbers were still dropping. Minute school opened up, boom, numbers shot back up.
Yeah.
it's
Put two and two together.
it's not only the schools, it's also the companies that started allowing their employees to go back. Right?
To work?
Yeah. It's not only the schools. It's not only the schools. Schools was a factor, but it's not only
It
schools.
was the biggest factor with the article that I read.
Yes.
Yeah, but the thing is,
But
the
there's
shops that are closed were not the perpetrators.
No.
But yet they're suffering. Gyms, restaurants. Like I said, I went to my gym the day it opened. There was but maybe 4 or 5 people in that gym. 90%, 95% of the people were following protocol with the mask and washing their hands. I pretty much know everybody there. We did not hear of anybody contracting it.
Right.
Boom, it's closed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like in Spain, right? They just got a major snowfall, right? They haven't had a snowfall ever.
That was sick.
Now, today, did you see how many cases they had in one day? 39,000 cases in one day.
What?
Yeah. Why? Because everybody's playing outside in the fucking snow together.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but
Yeah, but
39,000, not 3,900.
no, 39,000 in one day.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And special guest is in the house. What's up, Dandelionfluff?
Oh,
Yes.
How are you doing?
hello.
In the house.
Took me a minute.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were just talking about some stuff. You said you wanted to get off of your chest, so we give the floor to you.
Oh heck no! What? I don't even know where the conversation's been.
Oh, right now we were
I
just
haven't even
talking.
read the chat or anything. I'm like, I'm really late.
Just replay it.
Right now,
Yeah.
we were
Hey,
just talking about
everybody.
the lockdown.
Oh, the lockdown. Okay, yeah. See, that helps if I've got I don't want to run off in some strange direction and everyone's like, what the hell is Dandelionfluff talking about today?
That's the beauty of this show. You can just rant on whatever you want.
Well, that's okay.
Absolutely.
I'm down with lockdowns. I mean, we haven't got a really serious one here.
Mm-hmm.
I
Where's here?
deal with one too seriously. Here is near Vancouver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So no, things are not too bad here. We can still eat in restaurants, but you got to wear your mask even to go to the bathroom and stuff. But I'm down with that. Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with it because we don't have a lot of choice, right? Like it seems unfortunate because there's lots of people that don't get sick or don't get very sick. But because there's a percentage, like 5% of people end up in the hospital who contract it. And the bigger that 5% is, the more people are in hospitals. And then, you have a heart attack, you're in a car accident, there's no room left for you. My uncle died from COVID. He had to go to hospital for something else. He caught COVID in the hospital, and his prognosis was good. So they took him off the life support to give it to somebody else.
Right.
Damn.
Oh my God. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay. I mean, I'm not saying it for sympathy. I'm saying it.
No, it is what it is.
Because, I mean, yeah, he was an older person, and, he broke his hip. And that's what he went in for. He was in England, so it was probably that new variant that's really contagious because it's really rampant over there. So, I understand people's frustrations, but I unless people are really going to be really strict with themselves about not getting together with people that they're not you have your family group or whatever, right? I live in a house. I live by myself, but I share the house with my sister, my brother-in-law, my 2 nieces. So those are pretty much the people I see. And then I go to work every day. That's the one thing. I'm essential to the business I work at. So I never got laid off or anything like that. So, I mean, I've had the benefit of not having the financial stress that people are under, but I mean, that's where government support comes in. And I understand how hard it is, for you in the States, that you guys aren't getting the kind of support you need down there, and that's
Oh, sorry, that would be Mr. Man over here.
I'm the only one here. It's from the States, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
It's just,
that's part of it, right? The frustration of not being able to put food on your table or pay your rent, that kind of thing. That's sort of where, that's where the government can help. It's your tax dollars. You paid that tax money.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't you get the tax money back instead of them giving it to multi-billionaires who they don't need that money, right? Jeff Bezos need more money.
Well, I agree with you, Dandelionfluff, on the lockdown is necessary, but it's got to be done properly, right? Yeah. If you're not doing it properly, then you can't justify the means, and people rebel. And that's what's happening, Yes. If you're going to do a lockdown, do a full lockdown, make it effective, make it understandable that we're sacrificing this, and then let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're going to keep, sorry to say, dicking us along, thinking that we're blind zombies walking around doing whatever you say, then you're going to have those people that you see at night walking and hitting milk mugs and getting $1,000 tickets to sacrifice,
Right?
They're the Colin Kaepernicks for us right now.
Who put their boyfriend on a leash to go for a walk or something?
You believe that?
You
believe that?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Did you hear that, Josh?
No, what happened?
This woman was walking her husband on a leash.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way you could actually get outside is by walking your dog, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Lord.
They put that on Canadian.
That's not an acceptable workaround.
Good old Canadian news will show that off.
Well, you saw the first lockdown here in LaSalle, right? We had a woman who was in a full latex S&M outfit with the mask, the gas mask, and everything, doing her groceries and that. And she was even on the Ellen show, the video that they did following her at the Maxi. She was even on the Ellen show about it.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I recognized the Maxi. I was like, when was that?
Yeah.
Because for here, we're locked down at 8 o'clock, can't go outside. You know what I mean?
Curfew.
But at the end of the day, it's okay, you're giving us a lockdown, but you're letting schools stay open. You know what I mean? Stores are still packed, grocery stores and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, if you're gonna lock us down and completely lock us down, then you gotta do it completely. You gotta close the schools as well, because the schools have been a big issue.
Our health person in charge of our provincial health, Bonnie Henry, she's been pretty clear about stuff. There was a little bit of confusion, and of course there's always one group or another going, well, how come they get to have this but we can't have this, right? There's certain some gyms are open, but I mean, they have very strict protocols, and there's very strict limitations on how many people can be in there. But then churches are complaining, well, we can't have any kind of services at all, and this kind of thing. So,
yeah, it's very different down here. You guys are completely locked down then, almost basically
compared to the US.
Yeah.
We don't give a shit.
Yeah,
what do you call what you guys are doing? Because I don't know. You guys are showing me a different version of lockdown.
Hey Matt, I'm happy to hear that. I love that. That's really awesome show.
It's a pointless lockdown. It's like, you know, the casino's open till 10 o'clock and Barnes and Noble's open till 6 o'clock. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Either do it or don't do it. Either lock it down or don't lock it down. Was this half-ass? You know, either way, either I'll go your way or we'll go complete lockdown. Where it's like, okay, just shut it down. So, which is
the thing. They have to provide the support, and I think down there hasn't been the coordination and the government support, right? And in a way, it's kind of like it's really wasted a lot of time and resources. I mean, people don't seem to be upset. Like you guys are losing more people than died in 9/11 every day.
Yeah. I seen a report today
every single day. And I mean, this doesn't even actually, people are saying, well, they're saying there's more people dying of COVID than are really dying of COVID. Like, oh, this person was in a car accident and they're saying they died from COVID. Nobody's saying that. No hospital is saying that. That is completely
look who's dying though.
Well, even if you don't die,
it's old people are dying.
And some young people,
colored people are dying because of they're coming from poverty, as well as white people. But it's all low income people that are dying. Why? Because they don't give a the government does not give a crap.
I will say this though, even not forget about, but you know what I mean? Like, yes, there are people that are dying, but even if you live, man, I know there's like a 99% survival rate. You don't want to get it. You don't want it. You don't want
it. The people who wind up with some symptoms, I mean, I've heard it causes all kinds of problems. Like they're saying it got maybe erectile dysfunction, which they said earlier, because I bet
I didn't hear that one.
A lot more reluctant to get it than that.
I feel like wearing a mask now.
Yeah,
there you go, man.
You guys are gonna have to start practicing the devil's in.
It might cause ED, and that might not be.
I didn't know that, but that makes me a lot more cautious.
Right? Like it attacks your vascular system. It's not just your lungs; it attacks your kidneys, it attacks your heart, can attack your brain. I have a friend who got it, and she still has like foggy brain from after she recovered.
How old is she, if you don't mind asking?
She's probably just a bit younger than me.
So
I'm 49.
I'll be 50. Don't ask her how old she is, guys.
I wasn't.
Probably in her late 30s.
Okay.
Sorry.
Keep it going, guys. I froze. I'll be right back.
God bless, man. You guys all make me feel young, which I feel like I'm old, but I'm so grateful, man.
My friend was really young, like, and I've known other people who've had it, and it's not, there's a lot of potential,
My friend caught it. He said that
long term, even from people they're saying, even people who were like almost asymptomatic, it can still have like attacked some of your organs before your body realized it was there. Like, I can't wait to get that vaccine, man. That'll be great. But I'm not in like
But the thing is,
a primo group of people.
But the thing is that people that are getting the vaccine are still getting it. Are still getting COVID-19.
Well, they're not. Yeah, you can still get it, but it's a much lower chance. And what you get is not COVID-19. It's just because the vaccine is not like dead vaccine, not dead virus.
But
it's an RNA vaccine, and what that does is it basically it teaches you your body how to recognize the COVID protein.
I understand, but you're still picking up the virus, though. It's been in the news. The people are still picking up the virus.
I think the virus is also, and I'm not a scientist or whatever, but I think it's also evolving like most things, most organisms do.
Yeah, coronaviruses are very prone.
So I think that there's. So it's going to adjust itself, I guess, to these
from day one.
Vaccine you have itself. Yeah.
But did you guys see what's happening in Quebec?
No,
Legault's plan is to give as many people as possible, opposed to following the protocol of giving it the second dose. I think it's 3 weeks after or something along those lines. Legault's theory is I'm going to give it to more people, opposed to giving it to a certain amount and have that second dose to give to that first amount I gave it to make the virus that they're injecting effective. Because if you don't follow that time frame, the second dose doesn't have that full effect like they say.
Yeah, but
something along those lines.
Yeah, but the thing is that the studies were anywhere from 28 to 42 days, and there was no reduction in improvement. After your first dose, your rate of like non-transmission goes to about, I think it's 94%, ballpark it. It's about that. And then after the second dose, which can be anywhere from 28, it can't be sooner than 28 days. So 28 to 42 days later, you get the second dose, and that puts you up to that like 97, 98% rate of immunity.
But there's no guarantee that you'll get those doses to accommodate those many that you gave before. You know what I mean?
But if they do have more on coming in, like, I mean, they have to know that they've got that second batch of vaccines coming in, right?
Not
like,
here. Maybe in BC, but Quebec is fucked up, because I heard the Prime Minister making mention of Quebec has to follow the protocol.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily how you think it works.
Because we're doing the same thing here, that they're going to do the same thing where they're going to give the dose, and then they're going to wait the 42. They're going to wait longer. I think they're going to wait not 42, is like 38 or something like that. They're going to wait a little longer than the minimal required amount, because like even the World Health Organization has put out information that you can wait that little bit longer, and it's okay. It's not going to make it less effective. You know,
and we might not even get it till like 20.
No. I don't think so. I think they're definitely going to be ramping up.
General public.
I think they're going to be ramping it up, and I think there's going to be a strong desire to like get it out there, because they don't want to keep doing this, right? Like, it's expensive for all of us to be living like this, and so I think that by September we'll have a lot of like it's going to be like through the year, but I think by September there's going to be like a lot of people who've been.
What percentage would you say? Because I would say not even 50%.
Well, no, I think that they're going to be to the point where most of the people who want to get vaccinated will have been vaccinated by then.
Raise your hands, panel. How many are you going to get vaccinated?
Why wouldn't you?
My daughter can't.
I want to wait. I want to wait.
As soon as I can, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Please.
My daughter has that. It can kill her. So if my daughter can't have it, I can't have it. It's easy as that.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh? Why ain't you taking it?
Oh, I just want to see the cannon fodder go first. The people walk the plank first and see if there's any sharks in there. And plus, also, like Mendizo, has always spoken about, I think that it might turn me into Mega Man, and I might grow cannon arms. So I might need to. I might need to be careful. No,
you'd be a lucky guy.
I need to make sure that. I need to make sure that the zombies are the other people before I take it, you know?
Oh, crap. There's already enough zombies around without having to worry about a vaccine causing zombies.
I have a question. Do you guys think that there are people that are immune to the virus? I was starting to think about that the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sitting here knocking on wood. I'm like, dude, I've dodged it. And there's people that I know in my life that have told me, like, yeah, no, I had it or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, you have? Like, I've been around you. Like,
I think I had it. I think I had it back in February.
I don't know.
It's not that people are people. Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like, only so many people get symptoms. Lots of people are asymptomatic. That's the problem with it. People can have it. They don't know they have it, but they're still spreading it. That's the problem.
I had something very similar a couple of months before it was announced.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, I had it so bad, I didn't have enough oxygen in me to blow my nose.
Right?
It was bad. Like, I was like, they're like, you have severe bronchitis.
I had a pneumonia.
Bro, I was coughing for like 2 months after like feeling better, but the cough just wouldn't go away. And then all this stuff started to come out, and I was like, it didn't feel like a regular cold either.
No, this was like a super cold.
So I was like, maybe I had it already.
And it went around my office so fast, man. Yeah. Like, people get sick and still show up to work. But when you start seeing an empty desk, and you're like saying, when is it me? And then boom, your doctor tells you take 12 days off. I've never had a doctor tell me take 12 days off for a cold.
Yeah.
On the chat, you see that somebody says, what did Australia do that they were back to normal? New Zealand do?
They did a hardcore.
You know what it is?
They did it the right way.
They did it the right way, and they did it as Roberto said before. We all the people were aboard. The problem with this fucking country and other peoples and this province is they're so individualistic. They think about themselves and their rights. I got into a scrap with a guy on Facebook because now we're being abused by the government. Motherfucker, you don't know what abused by a government is. My parents, my parents came from my dad was born right after a freaking civil war, had to share an egg amongst 4 brothers, hunger, dictatorship. They have no freaking idea. We're living in a place where we feel we're so fucking entitled to everything that we don't even know what the value for working for what we got is anymore. That's what the problem is. And if we get past our selfishness,
social media,
think about definitely. If we think about we as a collective whole, and we all buckle down and stop being so freaking selfish, then we wouldn't be in the position we're in right now. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right.
The virus being engineered? No, I don't think so. Not at all. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of conspiracies going around. I have nothing to do with those fucking asshole conspiracy theorists.
Me neither.
There are over 40,000 potential coronaviruses in animals that could possibly transmit to people. They have been warning about this sort of thing for over 50
long time.
I have been reading articles about the chances of a pandemic happening and how many other times have there been potential viruses coming from bird farms or coming from pig farms. Chicken. Or the SARS a few years ago. That one was just so virulent it burned itself out.
This is worse though.
So it doesn't have to have been engineered. It can happen without it.
Yeah, but rodent. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a bat and a pangolin and all these different rodents / whatever they are, marsupials, whatever you want to call them, mixing together and people eating them. And God knows.
People eat wild animals all over the world. I mean, my neighbor just has a freezer full of bear sausage he was telling us about today.
Yuck.
People eat wild animals.
Bears, not bats, though.
Well, we don't, but other places they do, right? There's a lot of people are not allowed to eat.
This new generation needs to leave their kids, play in the playground, play in the dirt, take the dirt, stuff it in their mouth. They have to let kids live again and get out there and kids, man. Stick stuff in their mouth. Now people's like, oh, you can't put that in your mouth. You can't do this. You can't do that. Let me get the hand sanitizer right away. No, we need to build up that immune system with shit that's out there in order to be able to fight what's coming.
That's how they.
You remember back in the day, we were thirsty. You walk down the street, you look to the side of the building to see if you see a pipe hanging out.
Yeah.
That shit. Nobody dropped dead. Not one person I know dropped dead from that shit. Now you're gonna glow. Your whole family's gonna get sick.
There's maybe more toxins and stuff these days. Although I have to admit, when I'm out hiking, I drink from the creeks. So.
Right, exactly. You ain't dead yet. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my God.
And then I almost drowned in it last summer, and so I definitely drank a lot of it that day.
Glad you didn't.
I'm right in the cusp. I'm 35, so I'm right in the cusp of before they started to sanitize everything and clean everything versus now, versus the millennials.
Right. I blame Howie Mandel.
Yeah, germaphobe.
He was ahead of the game.
Right.
Yes, it's true. You don't even see him anywhere now.
But back to the engineering, right? I don't think so. And like Josh was saying, people do eat all kinds of shit, but it's possible that it came from the bat, like they said it does. You know what I mean? That's possibility. I don't want to believe, and I don't believe this. No. Oh my God, it was this conspiracy to kill or bring down the population,
right? I mean, if it was on purpose, it went everywhere. Everywhere got it. It's not that it came from or where it came from. It's what you did once it got here.
Right.
I mean, Canada's done a little bit better, but I mean, again, there's some wishy-washiness that it just doesn't. It doesn't. In the long run, you can't be wishy-washy. You have to make rules and follow them, kind of thing. But again, I mean. I went away in September. I took a camping trip, but I stayed away from other people on my camping trip. I went out to Vancouver Island, out to Ucluelet, and I just walked along the beach. It's always cloudy there, so I can go on that beach.
My was in France and the UK just before this shit went rapid. And, I was in total denial about this thing going anywhere. I was one of those people, yeah, whatever. A few people are going to get it and then it's over. Man, and there was a scientist, and he's the reason why I was telling everybody, yeah. He goes, his mom called him and asked him about the coronavirus, and he said, "Mom, the chances of you catching this is 0.00.001." This is a specialist who said this, right? So I followed that train. I never saw that guy again, though.
Well, that's the thing. We didn't know, right?
No.
We didn't realize that how contagious it was. We didn't realize that people who were asymptomatic could still spread it, which is actually quite rare. Usually, if you're asymptomatic to that degree, you don't spread a disease that much. But
right, because you're not sneezing or coughing. So
yeah, but before you're passing out information, be sure what you're saying, because
I
recall
they were just trying to provide the best information they could. But
Dr. Fauci, I remember when he first came out, he said masks aren't really that effective. I don't recommend or insist that you wear them. And then he comes back 2 months later.
There was a reason they all said that, though. There was a huge PPE shortage, and they wanted to make sure that medical professionals were the ones who had the masks and stuff. That's what they actually did lie to us initially, and that was intentional. Even up here in Canada, they lied about that, because there was a huge run. Look at what happened with toilet paper. People were buying up masks and then trying to resell them on eBay and stuff like that, right? God. And that was what they were trying to avoid.
It was a wise investment for those people. They made 40 times their money. No, I'm just kidding. They went broke and lost it all.
They all got down.
You see, the thing for me is there was a lot of very contradicting information at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a lot of it, you know what I mean? And it's like, just tell us the truth, man. At this point, we're all adults, so we want to save people. And what I find they did wrong is when they realized how bad it was, they still took their time in locking down our borders. They waited way too long to lock down our borders after they realized it.
Spring break fucked everybody over.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and there's still crossing the borders now.
Yes.
One of our farms is just across the border in Washington, and my boss has to sometimes go down there, but he just goes down there and goes to the farm and comes back. He doesn't go to any stores or see any people or anything like that.
Because it's a part of the essential services. That's why.
Yeah. But up until a week ago, people could fly in and out of Montreal or Quebec, and they didn't check them. They didn't tell them you have to quarantine. They didn't tell them nothing. They got their luggage and left the airport just like another day.
It's great that you just brought that up, because now what's happening is, the government said you have to do a test before coming into the country. And the problem these people are having now is they can't find places in the countries like in Mexico, or there's a backlog. So they have to stay there longer until they're able to get tested before they can come back, or else you're not allowed into the country.
But you see, the thing is, and I was watching the news, because I watch American news, right? Christmas time, those airports were packed.
I know.
They were packed with people. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, then no wonder, because I seen the report today, 4,000 and something cases in one day.
And I'm like, saying that Christmas thing still hasn't hit yet, huh?
Oh, I'm sure it hasn't.
It still hasn't hit.
Yeah. We were upset because we think we had 1,000 cases in one day out here in BC. But I mean, our population's pretty small out here. We aren't a very populous place, which is one of the reasons why we haven't had a lot of cases. But I mean, there has been community spread. There have been instances. My boss's wife, she was supposed to have surgery a few weeks ago, and she tested positive. And we suspect it might have been a false positive. But I mean, I wore my mask at work for 2 weeks. He wore his mask at work for 2 weeks. Because I mean, I could not go to I suppose I could have stayed home, but the recommendation wasn't that I would quarantine. It would just be that, I wore my mask for the 2 weeks. And then,
I wanted to ask Caleb if he saw the fifth kind.
The fifth kind.
Oh my god.
Or the fourth kind.
I didn't watch that.
No, it's the fifth kind.
That's
latest.
that shit with oh my god, I want to say Dakota Fanning or one of those people. I was like, what is this garbage?
There was the one with
the fifth kind is when they make contact.
Yeah.
And this guy has footage of actually making contact.
Hmm.
No, you have to watch it. Watch it, Josh, because you're a movie aficionado. It's on Netflix, I believe.
Wait, but that's not the one where they're fighting each other? It's not a war.
No. This is the documentary.
Oh, right.
You know, they show you the reference of the first kind. They know the second kind. They are aware. The third kind, they made contact. The fourth kind. Now the fifth kind
visitation.
is their
Isn't it visitation? It's actual visitation. Like
they're sending information back and forth, and they're showing when they visited us how they're communicating.
Mm-hmm.
You have to see it. You have to see it. I mean, you don't have to believe it, but it's something to see. The fifth kind.
Yeah, I seen it. The documentary on Netflix. I seen it.
Yeah. Wasn't it good?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was done good.
It makes you wonder, but I always said, man, we can't be the only.
I agree. We're probably not the only ones, but I don't think anybody's visiting us. I think that it's just the space is too vast. Like it's just it would take so long to get anywhere. If anything came, it wouldn't be another species. It would maybe be like their probe, like like robots or something.
I mean, there's definitely bacteria. I believe there's bacteria and like things like that, organisms that are maybe single cell or they can't really think or speak or build anything. So there is life on other planets, just maybe not sentient life.
Right now they're looking at us and laughing. Right now they're looking at us and laughing. These foolish humans. Little do they know what we could do.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the universe is so old, so we don't know how long, how more advanced they are than us, So
sure.
I seen this place in Mexico. I forget the name of it. It was built like so fucking far back. And they have this monument there that was built for this king.
One of the Mayan ruins or something?
Something along those lines. And when you clap your hands...
Aztec in Mexico?
Aztec.
It could be. When you clap your hands a certain way, it makes the sound of a bird that this king used to love.
Okay.
And the guy that took us was doing it, and you could fucking hear the bird. You're looking at these buildings that they built, their Colosseum. You're like... How the fuck didn't they just build this now? Where did they get the technology to do this, man?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is
ingenious.
Oh, it's like you need cranes to do that today.
Well,
what to do today?
Cranes, cranes.
Oh, cranes.
Yeah.
I think you said Koreans for a second.
Hey, this shit's censored, man. Watch that shit, Josh.
Hey, I thought you said it. What do you mean?
Well, you thought wrong, Buddy Cat.
And just for the record, Koreans are very well-educated people.
I had some Korean today. That shit was delicious.
I was like, what'd you say, Roberto? Oh, cranes. Oh, okay.
Come on, Koreans got BTS, people.
Yeah, but cranes can be built. Like, I mean, you don't have to have like mechanical cranes. There's, look at those like bamboo scaffoldings they still use in like, China and Japan and stuff. Those suckers are pretty sturdy.
They made
but they discovered so many monuments that they can't
make sense
describe how they were put together.
Yeah.
They didn't have the means to do it.
Or certain cuttings of stones, the way the stones were cut and the engravements, how they.
And this is not a conspiracy.
No.
I'm just playing with you, Daddy. I know.
Like Arsenio Hall said, things that make you go,
But like a lot of early civilizations built these massive monuments shows that obviously they could because they did. Lots of them.
Thank you,
Shifty. Well, have you guys ever heard of Bob Lazar?
Oh yeah, Bob Lazar, from
Bob Lazar. Oh
yeah,
man, he had a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah,
and it's like if he's lying, then he's a good liar. But the things he said about Area 51 and all that shit, I believed him. Like I'm not gonna say he lied. I believed him 100%.
I heard him on Joe Rogan. He had his.
I heard him on that too.
Yeah.
You just have to look back, right? When the UFO crashing, the conspiracy, look at the aircraft that the United States started building after those incidents. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just look at the aerodynamics of what they were building. It's weird. So I don't think it's a lie. I think there's definitely something.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know if they're like peopled craft visiting us or if they're like probes coming to visit us, right? Like I don't think like living things are necessarily coming to visit us. That's my thought on it.
Or that theory that there are aliens living and looking like us on Earth and all that stuff.
God.
That's a little bit too far-fetched for me.
That's like the V series,
You're right.
I've always been here.
Remember that in the 80s? That was great. That was a good show.
I still have those books.
Yeah, that was a good show. Freaking Diana was, oh my God, Diana. Oh.
Yeah, except until she started eating those hamsters.
I don't care, man.
But yeah, so
that went in a strange direction.
They say, what was it? People with type O negative blood, or people with type AB blood, or whatever it is. A reptilian or something like that.
Yeah, that would be me.
I have I have type B blood.
Yeah.
I have
be positive or be negative?
Positive.
Awesome. Because you always got to be positive.
I got to be positive.
Oh my God.
You know your blood type, Roberto?
I ain't sharing it because some people might take me away.
Oh man,
I'm paranoid, man. I'm paranoid.
Back in high school, it was like in biology class, but I've donated blood since then, so it's been confirmed.
I donated blood once, and I fainted right after.
Did you?
Oh, I dropped flat on my face. I went.
I have super low blood pressure, so it takes me like forever, and I have to like squeeze my hand the whole time because it's like the bag's just not filling. I'm like, I just don't bleed.
My son's mother was like that. Like when they would prick her and like take blood and stuff, they used to have a hard time, one, finding her vein, and then two, getting the blood out of it.
Yeah, see, I never have problems with that because like I don't have many veins. There's like a dot. You just stab the dot and you're good.
Scroll shit. Geiscar, you're AB negative?
No, I'm O positive.
Oh, O positive. Oh, do you have two sets of eyelids by any chance, or just one set?
I think he has two. He's probably one of the aliens living amongst us. That's why he hangs out with the brothers, you know?
Because the white guy who hangs out with brothers has to be a fucking alien, right?
Like, couldn't they do a study?
Shit. We don't all feel that way, guys. We don't all feel that way, man.
O was the original, and then it deviated to A, and then B came later, and then the various, like if you have an O person and an A person, you're going to get A, I think. And so like for me, my dad had AB and my mom has O, so that's how I got B, because my mom's probably got like a recessive B or something like that. I don't know. It's genetics.
I know when my wife was pregnant, we had to be careful with the RH positive negative because of
negative.
Yeah, because of something at one point, but it all worked out.
Yeah. They say sometimes on like a first pregnancy is usually okay, but sometimes subsequent pregnancies that the body can actually, if the baby's blood type is different than the mom's, like negative versus positive. I think if the mom's negative and the baby's positive, it's okay. If the mom's positive and the baby's negative, that can be a problem. I'm trying to remember.
It's just one of those things that just don't work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What is that Drake equation?
I was just about to ask that.
Drizzy in the house. Comic relief tonight. Sometimes
we all know who Drake is. He's the only Canadian talent out there right now.
Now the Weeknd. I'll give you the Weeknd, but he did some weird stuff to his face.
Well, the Weeknd's a little West Islandish.
Okay.
You like that one, guys?
That was good. I agree 100%.
Why wouldn't you donate blood on New Year's Eve? Won't you get drunk faster afterwards?
Oh, sure. Or maybe she did it before.
Maybe you're donating alcohol blood.
No, you donate the blood, then you go out drinking afterwards. You get more drunk.
That's a good idea.
They're all lining up on New Year's now.
More than donate blood.
Here we go with the pum pum.
Really? Khalif.
So no
We have to talk about toxic pom-poms.
Yeah, no stinky pum pum tonight, Khalif. I think you're the only one that's been experiencing that crap anyway. So
Like toxic in what way? Like the person attached to the pom pom is like toxic, like you don't want to hang out with them, or is it actually like skanky pom pom?
Oh,
No,
Well-
our dude Caleb just puts like words through a random word
Caleb-
generator.
Caleb has to
Did you
start
guys ever
thinking on
smell-
a different leg of
Did you ever smell dirty poom poom up while you're hanging upside down the Empire State Building, eating two bananas? It's like I love them. I love them, Caleb. But
Is that like one of the things you put into Google to see if anybody else has searched for that?
Oh my god!
and Roberto, Eli said
Yo.
Francis Drake mathematical formula to calculate the existence of life in the universe.
And here Josh thinks it's Drake the rapper, huh?
Drizzy.
We got the
Hey,
astronomical.
man, I didn't know what it was
genius
either. I was
Neither
going
did I.
to Google that one.
Whole team, we need a lot of rings.
Well, Elihu is our resident space guy, you know what I mean? So he does what's up with the universe and stuff like that. So if you ever wanted to know about that, he would be the one to talk to,
Yeah,
definitely.
check out his channel too.
I
man.
just read loads and loads of general articles about things, so I know a little tiny bit about all kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm with you there too. And I try to, use my common sense and be like, okay, this sounds stupid. This
Yeah.
sounds like it could be real. And I find people don't do that
Or
shit
if
no
you
more.
think this, you're crazy.
Yeah. And I
Like-
don't
Like
That's the point.
I don't really want to go into the topic, but like the QAnon people, come on. Like the entire Democratic Party is like sacrificing babies and drinking their blood,
Oh,
and they're all
mhm.
pedophile, like reptilians.
Mhm.
No, that's crazy.
What do you say about that, Josh? Did you not get the Kool-Aid?
No, so everybody here knows I'm conservative or whatever, but as far as the QAnon stuff goes, I'll give them about 25%, maybe. Like they're half truths or they're what's the omission? Lies
You
by
know what?
omission.
You
There's
can be
some-
conservative and think that those people are all batshit fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know why? They are batshit fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think maybe like there's definitely like some weird pedophiles, but maybe they're not sacrificing goats or whatever, and
No.
whatever. So
They're
no,
probably not sacrificing yet. No, like
I'd like to hear the issue and hear the information before I make any assessment. Like Anzo was saying, I like to think rationally about anything and not just jump on one side. But
You
I think
just gotta
that
listen to 2 or 3 things and know that they're not rational at all.
yeah.
I will say this though. I'm
Yeah.
with you, Dandelionfluff. I was like, this is bullshit. I ain't listening to this shit. But I saw a Looper video, right? And they were talking about some of the conspiracy theories that are true. And that drinking the blood, they said was a true thing. So
Yeah,
Looper, I'm not
pretty
into
sure
Looper
the
though.
entire Democratic Party is not drinking baby blood. I
no,
think
not the
we would
entire
know
party.
this.
No.
If
Oh,
there
some
was
of
a
them
lot
are.
of, like, disappearing
What the
babies,
hell?
we would know about that.
This is some crazy shit, man.
Anzo, I
When
gotta
does it stop? When does it stop?
wait, Anzo, I gotta
Yeah.
say, Looper, and like Watch Mojo and stuff like that. I'm not really. They're not really viable news sources to me, man.
I ain't saying it's viable, but at the end of the day, they confirmed that shit. So I'm not sitting here saying it's true or not, but the fact that they were actually able to put it out and say that it was fact, and they showed past articles from it, had me like, okay, maybe there's some truth to it, but not to say that everybody is out there doing it. No, but
Right.
I don't know. I used to work with someone who was really a conspiracy theory
I
person.
hate them.
And you know what? You kind of get sucked in a little bit. So I understand.
Yes,
Like I
you do.
understand getting sucked in.
Mhm.
And that is why now I'm like, no, just fucking no. I want nothing to do with any of that shit.
Mhm.
If it sounds like batshit crazy, it's batshit fucking crazy. I won't have anything to do with it.
I
It definitely makes me look bad because like even Roberto was the first to ask Josh, what do you think about that? I'm like, oh no.
No,
Hold
the reason
on.
You
is
can
that
be,
because
you know
you're
what?
American. That's why
I
I
like
didn't
to
know
consider myself a
you like
progressive.
QAnon.
Politically,
more-
I'm quite progressive. However,
Yeah.
I also have a lot of conservative leanings, right?
Yeah,
There's some things I'm quite conservative about.
I'm trying to figure out that whole 25% that Josh said.
You still don't have to believe crazy things to be progressive, and you don't have to believe crazy things to be conservative. You can just go, you know what? I think that's a crazy thing. I'm just going to like let that sit over there with not, you know, and I'm going to debunk it to the best of my abilities.
I'll do an example of a 25% because here's a 25% example, like in each specific thing. Like here's an example of like a QAnon thing. Oh, they're taking kids, they're shipping them in the Wayfair.com, they're putting them inside of dressers. I think that there is sex trafficking, but they're not necessarily putting them in dressers and shipping them across the US. So it's like, you know, half truths or lies by omission, not telling the entire thing or adding things.
There is child trafficking. Do they think that the Democrats are behind it?
Believe his own bullshit.
Do they think that? I mean, yeah, of course. I'm sure that some of the Democrats also think the conservatives are behind it. Meanwhile, it's like, you know, some like.
Why not the actual guys who are doing it?
You know what? The child traffickers are the criminal people doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
They're just criminals. Like, there's laws against that. And they can't
doesn't mean because they're a Democrat, that's why they're doing it. This is what they're trying to say. Like, if you follow Democrats, then you're following that path as well.
No, that's just.
No, but that's how the Republicans or these QAnon guys think.
See that and I saw a comment, Alex Jones. Yeah, like it's people like that are like making.
But you know what? Alex Jones doesn't believe his own bullshit.
No, I agree. I think that he's a Stephen A. Smith of politics. Where it's
he's trying to make money. He wants to give him money, and that's why he keeps saying this crazy shit because people want to believe. Like, there's people who want to believe the crazy shit.
He's a little cow. He's a little cow
because it makes them seem like better people.
I'm going to do a quick plug here. That's why we deserve the truth and nothing but the truth. That's why Project Prometheus has to be off the board. You know what I'm saying?
LDG is going to love you for that, bro.
I just had to do it.
Okay, so Khalib said, I think there's truth in everything like pedophilia shit, especially in the TV movie industry, like Dan Snyder, a Nickelodeon executive. Yes, there is some shit when it comes to pedophilia in industry. It's facts. Like
100%.
Tom Cruise was dating someone that was underage, and there's a lot of actors that
how many times has Donald Trump been hitting on like young teenage girls, right? Like, I mean, there's nobody who hasn't, right? Like, you can be a conservative. You don't have to agree with Donald Trump or the things he's done, right?
That's true. Yeah.
And, you know, there's other, you don't, I mean, it's like, you should have your political beliefs. They shouldn't be attached to a person.
Yes.
Well, what I'm starting to realize,
right?
Good, Roberto. No, what I'm going to realize is also like some of these things that I believe, like, you know, whether it be the Second Amendment or whatever issue it might be, Donald Trump didn't necessarily go with the right's views on those things. He didn't necessarily fix some of the things. You know what I mean? Like, and some of those things aren't. No, go ahead, Roberto. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, but you see, that's the thing that like pisses me off because you hear about all these like people who have done that, but then R. Kelly goes to jail. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, he did some of the same things, and now you want to go and push certain things and say he did this and did that. And at the end of the day, man, I was 16. I seen what some of these 16-year-old girls were doing. You couldn't tell them nothing. Some of their parents couldn't even tell them nothing.
Well, some of their parents were in on it. Some of their parents like, oh, R. Kelly likes
exactly. Not only the parents, the industry, the people that were around him that enabled him to do that. And I'm like, if I was in his corner after he got off the first time, I'd have been like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You need to stop this shit like right now. And he had nobody to tell him that, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe he wasn't listening. He was so far gone.
That could be possible too.
He was listening to the wrong head.
Because if you say shit, you're no longer part of his entourage, and they don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
Because they travel, they eat, they party, you know?
Yeah, you know what? I do understand that too. But at the end of the day, when it's like it's either this or your career, you know what I mean?
You know what, Anzo? It's like this. We will forever question justice in situations like this. You can bring up so many people of color that have done the same thing. Their asses in jail while other people are not. You know what I mean? It's evident. It's fucking evidence as the sun rises in the morning, man. But nothing changes. So What could you say, right?
I'm with you, but from a different angle. I just say put them all in jail. Make it equal, like you said.
Make
Yes,
everybody
Put them
that
all in
breaks
jail.
crime, everyone that does crime does time.
Yeah. I don't
Like
think
they said, we don't want the cops to shoot white people because they're behaving bad. We want them arrested. Just like if black people are behaving bad, you arrest them. It's
Yeah.
no
I have a good
different, man.
example.
Yeah.
I have a good example.
Oh shit!
You got phones.
In general, you should probably
He's like,
not
nope,
get
he's
killed.
not going to be saying this example today.
Yeah,
Are you on
exactly.
Verizon?
Exactly. You shouldn't get killed for a pack of gum, Skittles. You know what I mean? Selling single
Yo,
cigarettes on the street.
Or for walking down the street, or
Look at that cop who got fired for fucking defending herself by throwing a punch. Boom! She got fired the next day.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Did you see that? The girl from the White House?
No, I didn't see
Did you
that.
There's clips all over Facebook. You see there's a whole bunch of people standing there. You see the cop. You see a hand lunge by her face, and she just threw a fucking jab like, snap! You got to see the woman's face that took the jab. But because the cop retaliated, she got fired.
She got fired?
The black female cop got fired.
Oh, really?
The internet censored me. I was trying to talk about the OJ trial, how right afterwards everybody was cheering like, yeah, he's not guilty. I say, let it be even, but let them all go to jail then. You know, I'm not happy that, you know, with one thing, you know, you got away with murder. But, yeah, you know, it has to be equal, like you said. And, yeah.
Listen, we all know OJ did it.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know what I mean?
You have to be nuts.
If it wasn't him, it was his son. I'll say that because I did watch a documentary that made a very good claim for his son, right? So if it wasn't him, it was his son. But
How
at the
big
end of the
is
day,
son?
Just as
How
big
big?
as he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
he was
just as big
like
as
back then too. He was big?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So his son was older. It's not son. Was his son from Nicole? It was from I think it was from the black woman he was with, right? And there was tension where the son had mental issues as well, right? So there was something with that too. But if it was the son, OJ was there because there's two different set of footprints there, right? So either way, we all know he did it.
I think that whole thing got way too much publicity, to be honest. Right? Like these cases, they don't need to be in the public. But I mean, obviously, he was a somewhat public figure, so
it was a black versus white. It was a racial issue. It was literally.
And I don't think it really should have been turned into such a racial issue. It shouldn't have. Like that was the whole half the problem with it.
Well, Johnny,
race war, and it was a relationship thing, right?
Yeah.
But you know why I celebrated it, Josh? I celebrated it because a black man got off where I saw so many innocent black guys go to jail.
Me too.
So I looked at like, we finally beat the fucking system, bitches. Everyone knew he was guilty. I know he's guilty. He's implemented somehow. But they were so anxious to put another brother away, they fucked up. That's why I celebrated.
See, for me, I'm with you, but on the opposite spectrum, where it's like I just say put them all in jail, like do it fairly.
I'm 100% with you. Crime,
it's unfortunate. It's not,
and I'll tell you this: OJ got off, but he was the only one. You know what I mean? They're not letting us off anymore, man. You know what I mean?
Bill Cosby.
Exactly.
Well, OJ really didn't get off in the end, though. He tried to steal his own stuff back, and
but he went to jail for that, and we all know
10 years
because of what happened, because him getting off. That's why he went to jail for so long for that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, look at George Floyd, man. You know what I mean? This is the shit that we go through constantly. So when I saw that, I was like, okay. And I remember telling my dad, I'm like, oh, dad, he's innocent. My dad was like, get the fuck out of here. He ain't innocent. OJ did it. You know, my dad knew right away. He's like, OJ did that shit. And I could see it happening too, because you could see Nicole.
I had no opinion about that one. You know what? It like I said, it was like really didn't affect. It wasn't that I don't know. I don't know that I wasn't happy or sad. It was like, well, it's sad that someone died or two people died.
Yeah. But, you guys got that in Canada? They covered it like that? Heavy? Okay, same. Yeah, I'm sure.
I was in my college class. I was taking. It was
Yeah, I remember.
a little bit
I
afternoon.
remember the white Bronco chase through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Dawson, and when the jury came out and it said non-innocent, the freaking college broke out cheering, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you see, that case did what it was supposed to do, because the divide between white and black people was at an all-time high at that time.
It was right after Rodney King, right?
Yeah.
Right after.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. You make money off of tension and hatred and shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the more hatred that they get, the better. That's why this Donald Trump thing that happened, you think they're not loving that shit? Of course they are. It's drama. Yo, you see videos of cops opening up the gates and letting the people in. The cop is walking back.
Actually,
and he's like,
starting to look like some of the Congress people were like complicit, like that they provided like office numbers and things like that. Like that could have gone so crazy. Like they were like, they wanted to hang Mike Pence. Like all the guy's doing is like he has a ceremonial job that day. He had no ability to do anything. Right, and all he had is and they wanted to freaking hang him for like not being able to do like something, steal the election, basically. Like I don't care, I don't know what people are thinking here, but you know what? Trump lost the election. That's all it comes down to. More people voted for the other guy, and he won. More people voted than usual because they did mail-in voting, so more people could vote. It was a lot harder to like disenfranchise black people and poor people. Usually they don't have as many polling places in poor neighborhoods.
That is correct.
Vote, right? And also with people all being out of work because of COVID, usually I can't line up all day long to go vote because I have to go to work. Today I could do that because I don't have work to go to. So I'm going to line up all day. Right? So more people could vote because they made it so that more people could vote. Like if Donald Trump had just encouraged his Republicans to vote by mail, he probably would have still won. Like legit.
Hey, Dandelion, not to change the subject entirely.
No,
are you using your phone right now?
No, I'm on my laptop, but I have really bad internet down here in the basement.
You have good sound and video, and it's making me feel like I wasted a lot of money and time.
I have
all the contraptions around you.
I know. What am I doing?
He's going to be upset, but it's a MacBook.
Yes, you see, that's what I'm talking about.
I literally have like lights with umbrellas here and this mic, and you're just like, turn the light on, put my laptop on, and I sound better and look better. Crazy.
Well, I was always told when I started this, I was like, listen, you don't need to have the best equipment. You know what I mean? That's what someone was telling me. And I did go out and buy an expensive camera and stuff like that. But
I've just got a small MacBook Pro. It's like a 13-inch MacBook Pro.
Wow.
See,
but you see,
and then
if you're okay with not having a back screen, then it's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
It's that when you try and get this green screen and all this stuff going on, that's when it gets complicated, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Nobody cares what's behind me. They all just stare at the hair anyway, so.
Nice hair.
Well, there's a freaking lot of it. That's for damn sure.
It is.
To each their own.
Eli said one video showed a congressman open doors for rioters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that too. You know what I mean?
What would have happened if they'd got a hold of Ilhan Omar or freaking AOC or someone like that? Right? Those people, like, I mean, regardless of your political like leanings, those are people who are actually trying to do good shit for their constituents. They are. Right, like
I don't like them, but I don't wish any violence on them. I don't like them either.
But you know what, though? All of the media, right wing and left wing, are all freaking against people like that because those people are all paid by big corporations, right? Both sides. So they don't like people who are progressive, like Bernie Sanders or AOC, but those people are actually out there. At least they're trying to make a difference. You might not agree with the difference they're making, but instead of listening to what they're telling you to think about them, go and listen to what those people have to say and then make your own decision. That's what I have an issue with. When people listen to like, you know, Fox or whatever, like, I mean, freaking Fox News, like what's that guy, Tucker Carlson? You know, years ago for something he said, and you know how they got him off? Like the Fox Fox said, well, nobody would actually believe what he says is true. It's entertainment. You're not supposed to believe Tucker Carlson. And he, he just makes freaking shit up. And it's not even that. He has these like totally disingenuous arguments. Like, like ass covering they're doing for like the insurrection last week that they're doing, and fucking look at the same. They went to the same lengths to get upset about freaking Obama wearing a tan suit.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's so disingeneous. It's so frustrating. Sorry, now I'm ranting about.
Look, they call Colin Kaepernick
country, and I just get so mad about disingenuous people. Like MSNBC is kind of bad as well because they're always fear mongering like the fucking other way, which is just as bad, right? Like, stop trying to make people scared. Like, it's just frustrating. Like, give people some information, let people make their own decisions.
I agree 100%. It's like, oh, well, we didn't tell people because people will panic and stuff like that, or we're going to tell people because
people will panic
regardless. Yeah, I know.
But you know what? They'll panic less if they've got it's not just like telling them the truth. You tell them the truth and you tell them how you're going to deal with the situation. Then people don't panic. Right?
But
if you say, okay, here's
then do it. Also do it though.
But that's the thing, right? We have people that you can't tell the truth because they're just not psychologically strong enough to accept the truth, right? So you have those people that you tell something and they just go ape shit.
Yeah.
They have those people,
but lots of people won't. Yeah, that's just loopy, Caleb. Like I said, the disingenuous bullshit that goes on drives me up the fucking wall. Like, it just drives me insane. It's like the conspiracy theory stuff. It's like, I have no tolerance for it anymore.
Me neither.
Don't even come at me with that shit.
Exactly.
I have a cousin that's on Facebook and just pure conspiracy theory shit. And I always got to be like, yo, why are you like, come on now. Some of the things you're posting it just sounds stupid, but why
can't you just have these beliefs and not push it on people? Like,
are
you looking to grow? Like, what's please tell me the concept behind it, because I called them, sorry to say, like I did last time, like Jehovah Witnesses. You know how they used to come and knock on our door and try and transfer you over to them? And you'd be like, yo, don't even come in my building, yo. Don't even keep fucking walking. Usually
I tell them I'm a Wiccan priestess and they just go away.
It's funny that you're bringing that up. One of the guys who I listened to, he just came out as a former Jehovah's Witness. He's Chris Stuckman. He was a huge movie review guy, and he was talking about the detriments and how it basically ruined his whole life, and how he left to pursue, being a YouTube reviewer. They were telling him, like, it's not good, the movies that you're reviewing. And he wound up reviewing Thor. And meanwhile, these people, they're called elders. They brought him in the back and they said, hey, we saw that you were reviewing that Thor movie. That's really bad. There's some really bad stuff in there. Meanwhile, one of the elders, he had seen him at the same movie with his family. And he was like condemning him. And it's like, dude, like, so there's a lot of hypocrite stuff.
It's crazy because my sister-in-law married he was a Jehovah's Witness, and he never celebrated a birthday until like recently and stuff. Or Christmas.
My family is strictly Jehovah's Witness, except for my dad, because when his mom, my grandmother, got sick, they said she could have an operation to save her life, and because it's against the rules of being a Jehovah's Witness, she didn't have the operation and she died. And my dad was resentful and hatred for Jehovah's Witness ever since that. So thank God.
They can't watch TV and stuff like that either, right?
Yes, they can. They can. Yeah, you're thinking Amish.
No, because I played hockey with a brother. He was part of, I thought it was Jehovah's Witness. Like, he couldn't play hockey with us some nights because it fell on certain nights, and there's a lot of weird shit, man.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know much about the religion itself, but I just know that, the fact that my dad just broke away from that. I think his sister, some of his sisters were still Jehovah's Witnesses, but he was like, no, If
And they
that,
can't talk to them, right? They have to shun them, is what they were saying. Like they have to, like, you know, pretend you don't exist or whatever. If you're, you know, if you get shamed or-
my grandfather never did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's what Chris Stuckman was saying, that he would get he was being apostate or some kind of crazy terms he was saying, and his family can't talk to him now that he came out, you know, as a Jehovah's Witness. It's on Double Toasted. Do you watch? If you get a chance, check that out.
You posted it, right?
Yeah, I did, because
Okay.
I was like, whoa, it was inspiring to me, because it made me think, it's like, wow, man, like he went through all that and he still wants to be, because I want to be a filmmaker myself, but you know, it's inspiring to me that he overcame all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pagan. I think all those monotheistic religions are crazy.
Caleb, man, human trafficking is shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's terrible.
And
it's horrible.
Honestly, people that do that shit, I'm hardcore. I would just fucking sentence to death. I wouldn't even give them the opportunity of fucking.
You know, for me, they're right behind
it.
They're right up behind the line, behind pedophiles.
Yep.
They're like,
Yeah,
they're like fucking scum.
Absolutely.
Scum. No fucking conscience. Nothing.
And you see, the thing about it, Caleb, is when someone gets kidnapped, they say you have like 48 hours to find that person. If not, there's a chance you'll never see that person again, right?
A very high chance.
Yeah, so it's a big time limit. So I don't think it's that. Well, some of them probably don't care, but at the end of the day, if you can't find the person, then there's really not much you can do about it, you know?
I almost think they're treating it like. Sorry, go ahead, Gaspar.
It's like that kid in Montreal North. Remember, he went missing 3 years ago. The black kid.
Oh yeah.
Never found his body.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's probably human trafficking. Got picked up, and that's it.
Maybe.
Yeah. He was I think he was like 10 or 11.
That shit happened right near my house, man.
Oh, did it?
Down on Gwen by the water.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
His posters were everywhere. The way the cops set up those search points, man, I was like, "You're doing that for a brother?" You know, that's the way we think, right? It's so ironic that we think like that, because I never thought like that as a kid, but now it passes through your head, you know?
What religion sends you to hell for drinking tea with sugar and no milk?
No, I think that's her own religion. Like she's just like she's yeah, man.
That's just the craziest thing.
That's the heavenly way.
No sugar, but
Mama Bear, that's the heavenly way. I do the hell way, where I drink a lot of sugar and milk. So, you know.
I like my tea with milk, but I don't put any sugar in it.
I use almond milk too, by the way. I switched way better.
I don't even drink tea.
Oh, I drink
more coffee than tea, but
I've actually never had a cup of coffee.
I can't stand coffee.
My whole life.
I can't stand coffee.
I need my coffee every morning, man, or else I just can't function.
I drink like tea a day.
I can't understand that.
What?
No, I was getting worried that you.
When I hear people say they can't survive without their coffee, they can't function without their coffee.
It's my
I
routine.
drink coffee; it just sends me to the bathroom, man.
Oh my god,
that's part of my routine too in the morning.
It's like a brain.
I thought you guys up north. just drank beer in the morning straight up.
No,
when you got
it's like Roberto, man. It's like before a big
send him in that zone, Otto.
Molson
Send him
Ice.
in that zone. This in Canada. Look at him.
That's not a diss. That's a compliment, man.
I was actually following the chat. I missed what he said. You're lucky.
Roberto,
Yeah.
you were saying about coffee sending you to the bathroom. It's like a pregame dump, right? When you have a big game and you take that pregame dump,
Really,
your game is right on. I'm telling you, it's a fact. It's a fact. You're shedding a couple of pounds off your body, and you're
but I don't really need it for that, you know. Like,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think I have regular.
Let me ask you this question, guys. Do you eat before having your coffee in the morning, or you just have it right away? Your coffee.
No, I wake up, I put my espresso machine on, go to the bathroom, wash my face, then I go grab my cup.
That's the first thing in your system.
It's my milk, my coffee, maybe a apple strudel or some shit like that, and then
I'm asking you,
Vice guard, don't be lying. I know you
that's
grind
the first thing. Like before you sip water, before you bite your croissant, is the first thing you do. Sip your coffee.
Yes, absolutely.
The reason I ask is because when coffee is the first thing consumed in the morning,
Mhm.
it spikes your sugar levels
Mhm.
4 times.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
caffeine has like a really strong effect on blood sugar, actually.
So you see, my buddy, he's fat
Okay.
and he doesn't eat. And he's like, bro, I can't understand why I'm fat and I hardly eat. But I have about 8 coffees a day.
There you go.
You go to decaf. Going to
Eight
decaf.
coffees,
Right.
have 8 coffees.
That shit kills me.
It gets
Like
me going.
every time he calls me, I hear him ordering a coffee at Tim Hortons, man.
Yeah, I know
Tim
people like that that
Hortons.
just drink coffee all the time. I need coffee, I'm like, really? Nah.
Like cigarettes.
Maybe
Do you guys
one,
have Dunkin'
one cup or
Donuts
2
up
cups
here?
a day. That's it.
Do you guys
We
have
use-
Dunkin' Donuts
That's
or
good.
Starbucks?
That's okay.
we used
we
to
have
have
what?
Dunkin' Donuts.
You don't have Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or
No.
Krispy
We have
Tim
Kreme?
Hortons,
Yeah,
get
Tim
Dunkin'
Hortons.
Donuts out of Canada.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons,
Wow.
Dunkin', get the fuck out of here.
Well, we have Starbucks.
Tim Hortons,
Mm.
they don't have good donuts though.
No, they
Not a-
don't. Dunkin'
not a-
Donuts had killer donuts,
Yes,
man.
they
They
did.
And no
used-
Krispy Kreme either. You don't have Krispy Kreme.
Yeah,
There's like 1 or 2.
absolutely. we have
no,
Krispy
one or two.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yo, Josh, how deprived do you think we are over here in Canada,
No,
man?
I'm
You know, we have bread, we
I
have
didn't say you
peanut
were
butter.
deprived.
Yeah,
I
there's,
was
It sounds like
yeah,
it.
there's like
We might not-
Starbucks in the igloo on the corner, man.
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
You just gotta have different stuff instead of maybe.
We might not
strawberry,
have
yeah.
those exotic flavors of cola like you guys have. Where's Danny to show me his grape juice or whatever? this shit
Like watermelon.
He
Watermelon.
loves that shit. We can't get that up here.
What was it? Watermelon Crush?
Watermelon.
Watermelon flavor.
Yeah.
They have watermelon Mountain Dew now. I tried that. It was like, all right.
That's
Alright.
pure
See, we don't
chemicals,
got
man.
none of that shit, bro.
It's not
Do
made
they
with
sell it
nothing
at
pure.
KFC? That's like some real
Yeah.
stereotype shit.
No,
man.
they have Sweet Lightning there at KFC.
With biscuits.
Orange. Yeah, with biscuits. Yeah,
Elihu said almond milk is just almond flavored water.
it is,
I
but it's
believe
good.
you.
It's fine.
Because I was squeezing an almond upstairs, man. I didn't see nothing remotely close. Almond milk coming out of that shit.
They grind it up. They take the
Yeah.
almonds, they grind them up to very, very fine liquid.
That turns into powder.
Yeah, and then they squeeze out the liquids in it. I watched a video on how they did it.
You
How
can make
many
it at home.
fucking almonds do you think it takes to fill that 1 carton of almond milk?
A lot. But
Must
you
be
know, it, has
about
a
6
higher,
billion almonds.
it has a higher shelf life though, Roberta. That's another good thing. And milk it like goes bad, however many weeks.
I'm-
but like almond milk stays.
I'm
for a while.
guessing, Mama Bear, that they were slightly less worried about what you put in your tea after they found that out.
I'm sorry. I need to have milk that comes out of a tit. Sorry.
Okay, no, it's fine. I'm with you.
I drink
but,
cow milk as well.
Okay.
I get like the fancy unhomogenized stuff though. Actually, I used to get unpasteurized when I was in Alberta.
Oh, shit.
Farmer. That stuff was amazing.
My dad loved that stuff. When
Yeah.
you boil it and it has the cream on top and you just put
Yeah,
sugar on
yeah.
that and-
That's what I buy is the stuff where the cream settles to the
Mhm.
top.
Exactly.
It's slightly more like I like my food somewhat unprocessed, and so that way you can't get it unpasteurized from the store in Canada. I
No,
know
you have to go to the actual dairy place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can get it unhomogenized, so they haven't like blended
Mhm.
it so hard that the cream can't settle out.
Right.
So
I agree, Mama Bear.
You gotta
Decaf.
have
is
fat in
Decaf is evil.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
There's no-
exactly.
and it's just don't drink it.
That's like beer with no alcohol.
Exactly.
Right.
I can't.
I don't care what name you put on the label, it tastes like piss. And I don't know what piss tastes like. I can only imagine that's what piss tastes like, guys, in case someone jumped on that shit.
I don't know. There's
What
some
about-
times
It
I
smells
just
like
for measures, I don't know.
it smells right.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Krispy Kreme is like crack in the South. It's like crack here too, man. I
Yeah,
tell
we
you
have
that.
it here.
I
Oh,
can't
my
do it, man. I just find it
I usually go
too sweet.
to like an there's actually a few bakeries that actually make donuts like the old fashioned like
Old-fashioned.
the way you put them in the deep fryer and
Yeah.
those are
Nice.
those are good.
Hanzo, you know who used to make donuts like that? The Jewish people at Cantor.
Yeah,
Cantors, right
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the corner of Barclay and
Barclay
Cote Neck. I used to go there in the morning and smell
Just
that
you
shit being
don't
made,
ask your
man.
girlfriend that.
Oh, what happened to
Like, you're
Cantor?
gonna get
They
smacked
sold
so
it.
hard if you ask your girlfriend that.
There's Caleb. Caleb, my dude, Caleb is back. He's in there trolling. He's ready.
Yo, where's my man Flash?
Really?
I hope
Yeah.
he's all good, man. I haven't seen Flash in a minute.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen Flash in a while
Flash is
either.
shit.
But me personally, I'm not a big milk drinker either. But I do like almond milk. I mean, at one point I was like, yeah, I ain't drinking no fucking almond milk.
I don't
and then
drink.
I tried it, and I was like, okay, it's not bad.
If I don't drink cow milk, it's usually almond milk. Although
I don't-
milk's not bad.
Soy
I don't
milk.
drink soy milk. No, I don't drink soy milk, and I will drink oat milk also. Oat
Yeah,
milk is thicker.
Oat and almond are the only two others that I'll do. Or coconut milk. Coconut milk.
Coconut milk too. I'll drink coconut.
But I don't
milk.
like it in like tea. So
'Cause
Coconut
I'm in
milk is
love
the
with the
thinnest.
cocoa. No, sorry.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I said no to milk for a very long time. Milk, cheese, all of that shit.
Yeah.
Until they started making some different kind of milk.
Wait, you're lactose
Well, hold
intolerant.
on. Yeah, hold on.
You don't drink almond milk,
So-
though, Roberto?
If you ask
You're
pizza,
What's
I
that?
get
why
don't
I don't drink almond milk. I said I bought it. I don't drink it.
but
But
you
you're
don't eat-
lactose intolerant.
But I said now they sell lactose-free milk.
Oh.
So now I finally had a chance to taste milk. Because back in the day, if I took one sip, I'd throw up, man.
You know what I'm gonna ask you though, right?
What are you gonna say?
Huh?
Ask me.
Whopper, Big Mac, no, Whopper with cheese, extra mayo.
Do you see what all that stuff overcomes that cheese?
And you know what? That's not even real cheese.
If I just took, thank you. It wasn't even real cheese.
Make
That's
like
some
edible
plastic
oil
camouflage
product.
shit.
It's
But
like
if I-
vegetable oil.
If you wanted to test me, you could have peeled that cheese off of that Whopper, rolled it up like a fucking fruit roll up. Let me take a bite and I'll share it with you. All over you.
Man,
That's what happened.
those are nasty anyway. Who would eat those like?
Oh, my brother used
Like
to
the
put
rubbery
like
shit, man,
15
those-
Kraft singles like this and eat it like a Big Mac. I
Oh,
would sit there and just hold back puking, man.
no, man.
See, for me, it makes me constipated. Cheese makes me constipated, like binds me up inside. So I got to be careful when I
I love
have too much
cheese.
cheese.
I
Me too.
eat cheese all the time. And you know, the older the cheese, right? Like a Parmesan or like a 5-year-old cheddar won't have lactose left in it. The bacteria, like the culture will have eaten all the lactose. They will have broken down the lactose on older cheeses. So if you have a well-aged cheese, I make cheese from like scratch.
Well, we were from the hood, so we only used cheese that you peeled the plastic wrapper off, right? So I didn't know about all those
That's
other
not real
cheese.
cheese
No,
anyway.
no, no, no.
And when it was a good day, we had the baby Babels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you went to the European store. Whoa, look at this cheese.
No,
I
no,
can't
you
see
did.
it.
My dad was notorious for buying like those brick cheddar cheese and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it wasn't always just the sliced Kraft Chingles and shit. That
Again, I'm a little
process,
older, yeah. So
Ah.
I'm a little older, so them bricks weren't being bought back then. It was all Kraft singles, yo.
Roberto, do you
Real
eat?
cheese for everybody.
Roberto, do you eat what is that? Halo Top ice cream? What kind of ice cream do you fucks with, if any?
What?
Halo
Ice
top ice
Halo
cream.
Top, the name, the brand?
Oh,
Yeah,
who made
that's like that.
Beyonce?
It's like that fake. No, it's like that fake sugar. It's not really ice cream. It's like kind of.
Oh, right.
I
It's
don't
like
think they sell
Cool
that
Whip.
in
Get
Canada.
the
It's
fuck out of
like
here.
frozen Cool Whip, right?
No, it's just like diet ice cream. It has like
That's
200
not sold in Canada. It's probably got
Yeah,
banned.
Yeah, we probably aren't allowed to have that here because it's
Right.
probably like evil.
So you don't fucks with ice cream.
Radioactive shit.
No,
Then
never
I
had it.
have to do that. If I'm gonna have ice cream, I'm just gonna have good ice cream, like really good quality ice cream.
Baskin
Oh,
Robbins.
yeah. Oh, I
No,
like
they're better than
Haagen-Dazs,
Baskin Robbins too.
but
I like me some seal
Bayers, what is
test.
it called? Bayers?
I'm good with
Bayers?
that. I hate that ice cream.
Are you thinking?
Oh
Bayer?
my god, I hate Bayer's ice cream.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
bad.
And there's Chapman's too. Chapman's.
One of them,
Chapman's
they,
I hate it.
what
dude.
I think it was the what do you say,
The
Mayor
bear.
Bear?
The bear one that didn't
I saw
melt.
them. Yes,
Yes.
you saw that? Oh shit!
If you guys are ever in Vancouver, go to La Casa Gelato, and they have like 100 different flavors of ice cream there. Even like bacon ice cream.
What?
Bacon.
I've heard that. There's
They
three
have, like,
types.
chocolate bacon ice cream, which is even better. I usually get like mango or like chocolate mango and ginger.
Bacon ice
Three
cream.
brands. I eat 3 brands. That's Haagen-Dazs first. If they don't have Haagen-Dazs or if it's on sale, I go Ben and Jerry's, and then Talenti will be my third choice, and that's it. Really.
There's
Ben
another
and Jerry's
brand
I can deal with. Haagen Dazs I don't like. Either.
Yeah,
Talenti-
Haagen-Dazs just seems like a fancy name on cheap
Yeah.
ice cream.
Yeah,
You're paying for like a faux name.
yeah, I agree. I don't like the way it tastes. It's
Okay.
yeah.
Talenti is good too, but that's gelato. So that's like, I don't know if you guys get that up there.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Gelato. Yep. It's
Hey,
fun. It's
it's
good.
our culture friends over
There used
here.
to be a
Oh.
cafe close to where I work, and
This
they make
guy down here, do we get gelato up here? What all kinds? All kinds, man.
amazing.
He swears we don't get none of that shit. We get some
You gotta
stuff.
give him some
No, I was
Canadian
asking, man.
history, man. You gotta get
No,
you.
actually, in
You gotta
Europe,
get Josh
ice cream
across
is
the
really
border
good in Europe.
after COVID.
What's that, Dandelion?
In Europe, ice cream is really good.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
Way better than here. Even
You know
the
what?
stuff here is
A
not.
lot of shit is good in Europe.
That's true.
I had tomatoes that were juicier than apples in Bulgaria. I was
Mhm.
like, oh my god, the vegetables. I was just eating vegetables like vegetarians, man. And I am a monster when it comes to meat. If it don't have meat, I don't eat. But when you
Yeah,
eat the vegetables in Europe, you can actually eat without meat because there's no pesticides. There's not all that bullshit on there, man. Like a tomato is huge.
Mm,
Yeah, we get pretty good vegetables out here. I guess they just don't have to come as far from like California and Mexico, and so they're pretty good.
But if you don't want all those additives, you got to pay extra for organic, right?
yeah.
The only thing I buy organic is bananas because they actually taste better, not because.
But they go bad so fast.
That is why you buy the organic ones. They don't go bad fast. They
Really?
last.
I thought mine did.
I
Make
find
banana bread.
the organic bananas. True enough.
Yes, indeed. I love
The
that.
organic bananas, they keep their flavor even once they get ripe. Like that
They do
nice
taste better.
banana flavor. Even when the bananas are starting to go brown, they still taste good when they're the organic.
You guys are killing me,
I
man.
don't feel comfortable. I don't think any of us.
What I meant to say is I'm a carnivore. You have vegans, you have all different labels, and for meat eaters, I'm a carnivore.
Yeah, me too.
I like
gotta-
all kinds of foods.
Do you? I'm a picky eater, man.
Nope.
Very.
Meat. I'm not picky at all.
It's all about texture. Did I
Yeah.
say it wrong again?
I don't eat no type of seafood.
I
Nothing.
love seafood.
Can't do it.
Halibut long ago. Oh, it was so good.
Can't do it. I watch my
Anzo,
mom.
there might be a certain type of seafood they eat, but we can't talk about it here.
Oh, we can talk about it.
Oh, you know about
Control
man, you eat them clams.
Pre-game dumbs, dirty boom boom.
You know what,
But-
Anzo?
Mhm.
I think we might actually do a second show and not do your topic. What's going on? You don't want to review 2020?
I mean, hey,
Did
man.
something bad happen in 2020? Because there's a
No.
second show we might miss
Oh no!
reviewing it.
I had a great year. I enjoyed 2020.
Yeah, go ahead.
It really wasn't bad. It had its moments, but I think people are reflecting so much on the cons of COVID. They don't see some little pros that actually took place, you know?
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
I met a bunch of YouTube people that are really fun to hang out with. So that's
Absolutely.
nice. I don't like leaving the house anyway. So
You got that.
it didn't really bother me to not have to
Me neither.
all I do is go hiking and I can still do that. I still went on my camping trip in the fall. I had to work too hard because it was crazy busy at work because everybody was stuck at home. So they were all gardening. So we were shipping plants out right in all summer long. But so I was working. I got my one little vacation in. Well, I actually got another vacation in before COVID started in February, so that was fine. Had a good year, met cool people.
Absolutely, I agree.
There was stuff I wanted to do that I didn't get to do, but I didn't get to see some friends that I like to get together with. I didn't go to
The only
movies.
thing I really miss is traveling.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
The
the
movie
only
I
thing I
didn't
really
travel.
miss.
Yeah.
You know?
I got a lot of artistic stuff done. I got to play a lot of music. I got to work on my screenplays and different things. And my animation, I got to do animation now. So it's I would never have time to do that without
Practice
COVID.
my
Yeah.
Oh, we got to play. We'll play.
Well, you know what? It was a perfect opportunity for people to do the things that they claimed they didn't have the time to do. And if they didn't do it, procrastinating like me on my show, shame on you.
Yeah, I still didn't get all the things done because I was working harder than usual.
You have
Like,
time.
I was
You have
working
time.
longer hours than usual, so I had less stuff that I got done. But
Listen,
it's
I was
a pretty good year.
procrastinating to renovate the kitchen, but then since we're all locked down, my wife just looked at me and she goes, "You think we can get the kitchen done now?" What
See?
can I say?
Mhm.
That's what's
I
up.
renovated my
You
kitchen.
got a fresh ass kitchen now, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
proud of you, man.
Pretty much. Pretty
Proud.
much.
Thank COVID.
Guy's a genius when it comes to doing that home
Yeah.
Oh.
fixing up stuff, eh?
Thanks, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
really
man.
good, man.
Cool.
I
Yo, I
remember,
got this night table my daughter bought. Fucking instructions are in Chinese. Can you help me out, guys? Caramel?
So Chinese not so good.
I'm like, you bought this from Wayfair? I took a picture and sent it to my daughter. I'm like, you bought this from Wayfair? Are you kidding me? Which Wayfair? Was it .com or something else? Because the instructions, it's pure Chinese. They put the screws, but they don't tell me which screws to use in
certain
developing the table. They just show me illustration 1. You have all these pieces. Illustration 2, the pieces are together, but how? It's up to you to figure out. Illustration 3, it's finished. Here you go. It's yours.
Just treat it
so easy.
Jigsaw puzzle. Just
You
like
know?
You know what I did?
puzzle, right?
I took it out the box. I stared at that paper. I took a picture of the instructions. I sent it to my daughter, and I said, "Don't plan on coming back and seeing this desk put together." And she looked and said, "I understand that."
The desk I got, man, the instructions came in. It was okay, you know what I mean? Like, they were all there. But I kept looking. It kept saying I needed a piece of wood. It was number 1. And I kept looking for number 1. I'm like, yo, where the fuck is number 1? I went through all the woods. I seen 7. I seen 8. I seen this. I seen that. Come to find out the 7 was the 1.
I'm laughing because that same shit happened to me.
Was it
Why
IKEA?
the fuck they make the 1 look like a 7?
Yeah, that's why I stopped buying IKEA stuff. I mean, I'll buy IKEA stuff if it's only got like 4 pieces. But as soon as it's like a really big shelf unit with like a lot of bits, I'm like, nope. Or a desk or something. It's like, nope, no, I don't want to have to put that shit together.
IKEA was simpler than this Wayfair product.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I would swap hands down I built my daughter's IKEA. It took me 2 days, but I built her bureau. You know, I built it wrong the first time. Like Onzo, I saw stuff differently. And then I realized, hey, some pieces are missing.
Yeah.
Sure enough, took it apart. Those pieces were assembled wrong.
You know what?
But at least I had instructions in English, step by step, piece by piece.
Now I just buy furniture that doesn't require assembly. Like I bought a table. All I had to do was screw the base to the top. That's it. All the chairs were already assembled. The top of the table was already a piece. The leg was a piece.
That's the way to shop. Buy demos.
Man, that's it.
Give me that demo. I don't care how many fucking people sat on it. Find a truck that it fits and bring it to my house.
Table was an IKEA demo.
This took a little while. It took like an hour to build because it was just like all these little pieces, this touch and stuff. But you know, it's like put the A's with the A's, the B's with the B's, the C's with the C's.
The instructions are easy. Yeah, you could do it, but you know, like, come on, man.
Well, for you, you just have to put the little, line symbols together and the little Chinese symbols together, whatever. Then that's all you got to do, Roberto.
We bought
that sounded racist, man.
No. Chinese symbols. You said
hey, just play with you, man.
We bought so much IKEA shit that I ended up knowing the names of every single part of furniture of the freaking that was in that store.
How many do you have taking up space in your living room? Those playing chairs. Those take up too much room.
Man. Khalib, Alonso, read the comment above. Which one, Khalib? Which one?
That's crazy. First
hey, Anzo,
type it again.
Are you guys doing Square One Saturday?
And hello to Keely Chow, who I don't know if I know this person, but hello.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either, but welcome.
Yes.
Are we doing Square One? I don't think so.
Okay.
Until Danny comes back.
Oh, there's something I want to get off my chest about that, but I'll.
Well, go ahead. You're on the right show.
I know. Yeah, I just wanted to say, man, it's so sad that the NBA season's over already. Freaking James Harden, man. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, it was a horrible trade, man. I'm
my
disappointed
gosh.
with it too.
Well, you're in the West though, Hansa. Well, whatever. You have the Lakers on that side, so it's like
Who? What? I'm in
No, I'm
Canada.
saying-
I don't have either.
no, but you know what I mean though. Like I'm saying, you're
yeah,
in the
Lakers in the West for Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Canada. I don't even root for fucking Toronto, so screw that shit. I don't like anything that comes out of
What
Toronto.
are you talking about?
Sad.
Sports.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
but
Dandelion.
which one? I wasn't paying
Basketball.
attention.
Basketball.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Got it.
The Raptors are sad.
Dude, everybody's sad except for the Nets and the Lakers, man. That's all I gotta say.
Actually, looks like Curry's having a little fun out there.
He is actually.
I only follow hockey. I'm surprised you did this tonight. Isn't there like a?
Do you not see what's on my hat, Dandelion?
There you go.
Yeah, I
Hockey
think
is the only sport I really follow. Although I enjoy watching soccer as well. Or
They will not let me talk hockey on the show. I always throw in little hockey references, but
And I only talk
played all
talk
my
about
life.
baseball. I'm sure I'm the only person who likes baseball here, the only American on the show, you know. But
yes.
yeah, I know
you're
that.
right.
I know that.
And we ain't talking no fucking baseball. It's bad
I
enough.
love
We
no,
gotta
I don't
get
talk
rid
about
of
baseball.
hockey
I don't
in
talk
there.
about baseball since '94.
Oh wow! Hey, your team technically won. They won the World Series.
Bullshit.
Should've.
National
U.S.
now.
conspiracy. Toronto won it that year. They won it again back to
Two-peat.
back.
Mhm.
Montreal was going to win it that year, and they said, fuck it, we're locking
Went on
them out
strike.
through that shit.
went on strike.
Wow.
Pulled out. Bullshit.
Yeah,
Best team in baseball. Guys couldn't take that shit, huh?
Nope.
Yeah,
Freaking,
Toronto
we were mocking the Atlanta Braves with their own top and shit. We were like on fire, man.
And Tim said this is a weird stream. Onzo can't find his number one wood, and Roberto's talking about monster meat. I'm getting a bit weirded out here.
Stop your shit, man.
Well,
Wow.
at least you can't blame them that they're having a sausage fest today.
Who's having a sausage fest?
The panel is not a sausage fest.
Oh no, it's not.
Okay.
Thank
Oh,
God.
no.
Thank you.
Thank God. Yeah.
No crossing streams here.
At all.
Right.
Well, it's actually nice to have a woman on the panel. It's the first time I'm actually having that experience.
Hasn't Mama Bear been on here before? You weren't here that?
No.
No, she wasn't on yet. She's never been on.
I thought
Did she change her name?
Yeah, too. Mama Bear Doll.
I do watch hockey too, by the way, guys. To my brothers up north, but you know, I haven't last
Have you
year.
guys learned the game yet? Like, has NBC explained it well enough for you guys yet?
Did they put that?
I know how it works.
It's
I
not.
know. I
know what?
don't need to glow and punk. I know.
You know what you guys did to hockey? You know what you guys did to hockey Americans? You commercialized it.
I
remember.
I
remember.
Help
I
to
used
grow.
to, yeah. Just hear me out, because you know it's all about making that dollar bill in the U.S. and that's fine. But I remember I used to go watch hockey games at the Forum all the time, the Montreal Forum. This is back in the day, and then we opened up the Bell Center. Went to the hockey game.
I thought she had.
And sorry.
I
Went to the hockey game, and all of a sudden I noticed all the players getting to the bench. I was like, "What happened? What happened? Commercial break? What the fuck is that?" Oh, the Americans. I got you.
Wait,
You guys brought that shit into hockey.
Roberto, were you guys around for the original 6? You guys aren't that old, right? The OG 6.
The original 6.
We're past
that
the
stuff started probably in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Prior to that, there was no commercial break. You'd come back from commercials, and the game is on.
Yeah.
You know?
Elihu, stop fucking smoking. Like, for real. Whatever you were smoking, stop smoking that shit right now.
I know, man.
Just because you were making this guy, you want anything, you better stick to space, brother.
He's not even the best player
because you're blowing shit out of Uranus.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's nuts, dude. That's nuts.
I had a ton of STD alerts this year. I think I have a superpower.
Probably not something to be too proud of, friend.
Yeah, man, you messing with the wrong girls, color boy.
Isn't he the one complaining about toxic poom poom? Like,
yes.
Maybe it's not the poom poom that's toxic, my friend. Perhaps you.
You're gonna be looking down his pants. Ooh, this is peculiar. It's glowing.
It's the Reed E. J. Who's alternate visual. EJ? EJ is there?
Caleb said banana bread is homeless bread. What?
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 I'm telling you, man. Random comment generator.
I would put your ass in Phantom Zone so damn fast.
Oh my god, Caleb! I think Caleb and Eli are the same person. They're just like some kid in Iowa, just like, oh, let me troll these people.
Rolling.
No, I know who
Have
Eli
two
is,
friends.
but I don't like
Eli.
banana bread.
Oh, dude, it's good, man.
Not
like it.
anymore.
With
I
chocolate
had
chips in it.
I'm on a
Oh,
low carb.
Yes.
diet,
God.
Chocolate chips in
chocolate
it.
chips
It's
in the
like
banana bread. Oh my god.
you
My
Carrot
daughter
cake.
just made some yesterday.
Carrot
Delicious,
cake.
man.
chips.
Carrot cake is my ish.
Carrot cake's good too. Yes.
Listen, man. And I said this the other day. Carrots and cake do not fucking mix.
They
You
do.
know
I do
what's
not
even
want
better?
Sorry,
You
they
take
do.
the banana bread, add the carrots to the banana bread.
That's,
You can
that's
just mix
way
all
too
that
much
in there.
vegetables and fruit.
No,
and
man, it's
everything.
good.
No, man. I want cake. If I'm gonna eat some cake, I want a sweet, nice chocolate
is.
or
Black
marble
forest cake
That's
type thing.
gonna, yeah, that's gonna
I go
rot my
carrot cake,
teeth.
carrot cake and red velvet. Red velvet too.
Yep.
That's my second
Yep,
favorite.
red
Oh, I
velvet's
love
good.
red velvet cake.
That's right after carrot.
We used to have something factory, cheesecake
Cheesecake
factory.
factory. Yeah.
And
Yeah, we
man,
got
they made a badass red velvet cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
That was fire.
Yeah.
My dad bought me banana bread when I had my daughter. I was grateful. The hospital didn't give enough food. Well, hospital food sucks, man.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
I know.
when
How are people supposed to get better eating that stuff? I remember when my
can't.
dad was in hospital, man. I'm like, this is like,
That's what visitation's for.
Yeah, to
That's
bring
the
the food.
original Uber.
I remember when I was little, man, going up to the hospital up Cotonej when my dad was getting his
Which one?
operation.
I used to live in
Jewish.
Copenhagen.
St. Mary's.
Really?
He was in St. Mary's for one point. Yeah.
We all lived
And-
in Cotonej.
Yeah.
All of us
And,
up there.
That was when we first immigrated. I think we lived in Copenhagen.
Do you remember what street in Cotonej?
I don't.
You don't remember? Okay.
I don't
You look
either.
like you lived on Dupuy.
I don't know what that is.
And that's not bad.
Okay. We lived on Côte-Vertu at one point.
Okay,
That's
cool.
the other rock.
Say on.
Okay. And then we lived in Dollard. I don't remember. It was near the
You do look like you live in the West Island. I won't lie.
Marché de l'Ouest is in the same area where we used to live.
Marshall West. Yeah, that's
Right.
Torres
Roberto.
There's
is
West
on there.
Pizza there. Is that pizza place still there?
Probably. There's a
Roberto,
pizza- there's a
what's up
pizza
with
place
West
there.
Island? What is that? Is that hipster land? Is that
Yeah.
they be drinking lavender infused waters and all types of I don't even know what else. Listening to record players and stuff.
That's
Have you ever been to Plattsburgh?
SUNY Plattsburgh up here in New York. We have
Plattsburgh, New York.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been there, but I've been to hipster places though.
Plattsburgh and Burlington is somewhat like the West Island.
Okay. No, that's what I'm thinking.
That was a long time ago. It wasn't fancy when we lived there. That's for sure.
When I was young, the West Island was all grass.
Mm-hmm.
There was just that shopping center. There was nothing else, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
I
if
remember
you
that
go,
shopping center, like the Marché de l'Ouest used to be a drive-in movie theater.
Yes.
That's
That
right.
was the first
And now
movie
Still
theater
there.
I ever went to.
Still
I
there.
saw Danny
Not the
there.
driving theater, but
Yeah.
Marché de l'Ouest is still there.
Oh yeah, Marché de l'Ouest. I was sure that was still there. I hope that pizza place is still there because next time I go to Montreal, I want that pizza.
They really have some good food in that
We
strip
have the
there.
best pizza here in New York. It's worldwide, well known.
It was crazy because when I went to the States first time, I'm like, they go, "Do
No,
you
there's
want-"
it's not. The jury's out. I wasn't even having I don't even want to argue about it. It's just like
You
we have
just
the best
sound so New York, man. We're the best. I don't care. That's it.
No, best pizza, best bagels. It's not even.
They are
can't even
renowned
argue with
pizza,
you.
but to be honest, I think some of the best food I've ever had was in Quebec.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can say this though: the best street food I've had is in New York
Oh yeah.
because we were traveling in Manhattan and we were just stopping by all these little food carts.
Yep.
Man, was it
It's
fucking good!
amazing.
And you can't go back because the guy's not there the next day, right? They're just all
They
they're
have
always
them on
moving,
every
right?
street. Well, you just go
Exactly.
to the
But it's
street.
not all they're not all selling the same stuff.
Right.
No, some of them are owned by the same people, like the halal
Okay.
places. You're talking about halal and some of the hot dog places and stuff. They're owned by usually one person. I'm not in the city, but when I do go to the city, that's what I have. Is the
It's
cart.
just your portions are just ridiculous. I remember when I went to Philly and I had my first Philly steak sub. I ate half for lunch and half for supper.
Yeah.
That's how big it is. I swear to God, that thing weighed 8 pounds.
That would have been like a week's worth of food for me.
It was so heavy. I couldn't believe it. Like the weight of it. You're saying, how does this place stay in business giving away so much meat?
Maybe it's
Yes.
cheap meat.
It was fucking delicious. Oh my God. I don't know what they do. The ingredients sound so simple. Steak and cheese and onions. But man, do they make it good there.
Oh yeah. They're making me hungry, brother.
Oh, I'm hungry. That's why I'm talking that shit.
How did you just sent me something? Hold on.
I didn't even have supper today. No, I
Oh
should.
no.
Well,
I'm on
I ate one.
That's right. Kelly.
So I had 2 dentist appointments earlier today. I had my orthodontist, and then I had to have a filling replaced.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came home and I had late lunch, and then I had to go back to the dentist again for like just my regular cleaning. I don't know how everything ended up on the same day. But then I didn't eat when I got back, so that's okay. I think I can handle skipping a meal.
I'm gonna show this. LDG sent this to me.
Is it Project whatever the hell?
No.
And Roberto, do you butter the bread and then slice the bananas?
This is when I was very young.
Yeah, when we were kids, we used to eat we didn't eat Wonder Bread, but we would like butter the bread and then have slices of banana in there.
Oh really? No, I didn't put butter. I just wrapped it and ate it.
That sounds like a pretty tasty snack. I mean,
it was to be
honest. I wouldn't
honest.
eat it now, but I would have eaten it when I was a kid.
When we were kids, you just, you ate a hot dog in that bread, you ate hamburger in that bread, your sandwich, you just wrapped everything in that bread and ate it.
Man, I always hated it when my mom and dad, they only had sliced bread for the burgers, and then the burger, like you're trying to eat it, and it's all freaking falling apart.
Either too much meat or too much bread.
Yeah.
LDG, I am trolling you.
I don't know.
I did forget the name, but I love you. LDG.
I don't know the details of this video, but he sent this to me, I'm guessing somewhere in Canada.
Look at what the officer is doing to this man. Look at what he's doing.
Oh my God.
That's an old man.
Yeah.
Look at what he's doing.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Look at what these cops are doing.
Fucking paper.
They punched this man. This officer, Herb Shesh, was kneeing him in the head. They're breaking his balcony.
Okay. Where do you want me to leave that?
This is an old, frail man that they're doing this to.
Stop resisting.
Look at what they're doing to him.
Stop resisting. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Look at what they're doing to him.
fuck. Put your hand.
Where is this?
That's RCMP.
I don't know.
That's RCMP.
I don't know.
Listen, once a police officer tells you what to do and you don't do it, you're
That's
resisting.
what happens. I know.
That's it.
But how much resistance could that guy? They're struggling with that 80-year-old man or whatever age he is. They're struggling.
All I say is you just saw one thing. There's always more that happens before people start filming that we don't see.
Before you start punching him in the face, I don't think the guy resisting deserves to get punched in the face.
I agree with
Taser
that.
anything.
But
Taser him. He's out. Put the cuffs on him.
We don't know, right? But I'm just saying, you taser him, he might get a heart attack, and then what?
I don't know.
No, guys,
we don't know what happened, man. Like, I'm saying, it's wrong. What we see now, you can judge it and say, yes, it's wrong. He's LD.
I feel you guys are, but at some point, you have to say to yourself, nothing justifies being beat. If I'm throwing punches at you, then yes.
Yeah.
But if I am just resisting you putting handcuffs, that's no reason for you to drop.
I agree with you 100%. But I'm saying,
we didn't
see that what led to those punches. Maybe he was throwing a punch to the officer. We haven't seen that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We're being shown something that's not the full story, right?
The only thing
that's my point. What I said earlier. We're quick to judge right off the bat.
Well, I'm just saying, from what I see, it's fucked up. I can't pass other judgments. I hear you.
Looks like he could break in half, man. You know what I mean?
You know how strong he was? He was lifting the cop off until the other guy came.
I think he might have been stiff.
I'm gonna show you guys another video.
Again, it's hard to say from like.
Where's Danny when I need him?
Short thing. My brother-in-law, he's our CMP, so I mean, and I'm not like all for like pro cops all the time. I mean, you know, I'm for like people like everybody obeying laws and
My good
acting
friend at the
reasonable
hockey was
manner
a cop.
and not acting like
If he fucks up, he deserves to get treated just like if I fuck up. I don't care if he's my friend.
Yeah, Geishkar, I agree with you most of the time. I like more context usually, but that just looked really bad.
But that was my whole rant today, right? That's one of my things. We're so freaking quick to judge off a freaking picture right
Overall,
away.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like get
this
the
is
full
exceptionally
story.
bad though. This is a little
Get
like,
the full story first. No, like, nobody
like
deserves to be punched. No, it's not merited, right?
I'm gonna show you another one. Tell me what you think about this one. Okay,
you know what the other problem is though, Geishkar, is that I guess people don't get their phones out in time, so it's unfortunate a timing issue where it's
But
like
that's the bad side about society today. Instead of doing action or doing something to help, we're too busy fucking filming in order to get likes and hits on our own fucking shit, which is wrong.
But what can you do to help? You think if that's a black person filming that, he gets involved, he ain't gonna be in that same position?
Probably.
I don't know what they could do to help
people
other than
think by filming they're actually really helping. There's a sense of yes, in a way you are because
what if they
you're
didn't
putting it
film
out
that
there,
guy?
but then again, you're putting out there a part of the story.
Okay,
right?
let me
I remember this. I know what this is about.
Okay, Scott, let me show you this one. All right, and then tell me what you think about. Where's the sound now?
Oh God.
Yeah, I remember.
Is this in the Metro?
Yeah,
I remember this.
This guy, he escaped.
What the fuck, dude? I don't want to see if he's gonna get hit by a train. I don't want to watch that.
No, it's not gonna happen.
All right.
This is Canada.
Yeah,
this is 2 train stations away from where we used to live.
Yeah, those are Metro cops. Not even
Villa?
Yeah,
Villa.
The only escape is one end, right?
Watch how close the Metro has come to his head.
Oh, dude. Oh, no.
What?
Oh, God. I can't.
He jets, man.
He dips, he bolts.
Yeah, run, boy, run.
My dude, Jason Bourne, baby. Jason
he
Bourne,
escapes.
man.
Okay,
He escapes.
So now,
My dude, Jason Bourne.
are you gonna say the same thing about that video?
No, that's
I have
excessive
no idea
force.
what's going on there either. I couldn't hear
It's
anything.
excessive force, but then again, look where your clip starts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Look where your clip starts. Now, what was said before that? What was their approach?
You see, I'll tell you exactly what happened for that, and this is
that's
why.
fine. You can tell me. I understand what you're saying, right? But from just that itself, you don't know what the approach was. You don't know what the verbal was. We just see
You're
guy
right.
being tied down excessively, saying stop.
Even if you don't know, it doesn't justify violence.
But you're right. We don't know.
Verbal contact does not justify violence.
You're right.
No,
we don't know.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Roberto, but I'm just
Guys,
saying about the whole story.
But hear what I'm
Later,
saying.
Josh.
Take care, Josh.
Take care, everybody.
Here's what I'm saying. You're right. We don't know the beginning of that video, right? But at the end of the day, just because we don't know the video doesn't mean that he was doing something bad. And I'll tell you,
I agree.
he wasn't, because I was there. All he was doing was bouncing his ball in the Metro. He was passing it to a few people.
Oh, it was you. You told me about it.
I recorded that video. He was bouncing the ball, right? And we were in the Metro. So you see how the new Metros are with the long carts,
right?
And they don't have the section anymore. So when I was sitting in the Metro, I could see down to where it was happening. And I couldn't see him, but I seen 2 Metro cops standing over somebody, right? Talking and shit, whatever.
Right.
So as the doors opened up, I walked out. And as I walked out, they grabbed him and threw him against the wall. Right. So they started beating him. And then that's when I got the idea. I'm like, oh shit, let me take out my phone and start recording this shit, because that's fucked up. Right. And he wasn't doing anything wrong. So at the end of the day, yes, we do see fucked up things about not see the beginning of the video, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the person was doing something bad.
Exactly. So see, the fact that you were there and you just explained what happened in the beginning is more of a full story, which you can come to a conclusion of, they were fucking wrong. But how many other videos that they show? Okay, and there are a lot. like I said to Danny, and Danny says too, not all situations, there's a lot of situations that depict officers in a bad light, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, there's a lot of officers that do good, but good is not out there because good does not give the clicks, does not give the media attention that people want, right? It's like we said at one time, it's the chaos that people want to see. It's the bad. Why? Because when people are chaotic, governments can control the people better.
Well, not only that, I mean, then, and also the news is going to the news channels are going to have more eyeballs, which means they're going to be able to charge more for advertising because they're going to make more money. If everything is just boring and told properly, then nobody's going to watch it. It's
boring. It means that we don't have to watch it. Who the fuck decided that everyone has to be entertained all the time?
No.
Clicks and likes don't mean shit. It's about common morality. Okay. If I see a video and I see a cop with his gun out, I need to know that guy pointed a gun at him. Other than that, there's nothing that guy could have done to justify the cop having his gun even out. So these videos that come out and show partial evidence, it's enough to make you see what's going on. Not to say he's guilty right away, but it's to show you that this shit is going on. Because, Geisgar, before these videos, they denied this shit was happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have to see. No, but I'm sorry if I sound like I'm going against you.
No, not at all.
I understand what you're saying. But for me, my perspective is these videos, whether you're getting clicks and likes, if that's your intention, then fuck you. You're wrong. But it's serving more purpose than clicks and likes. It's serving
to an extent.
Education
I agree
to
with
the
you.
public. Now that guy, while he's lying on the floor, ask the cops, what's your intention? Are you going to arrest him?
Just to, you're saying that these videos go for a purpose and they help in the long run. Yes, they bring it out there. They show people what's going on, right? But it's not the full truth either. For example, the Black Lives Matter protests and stuff like that. Why was the media only concentrated on the fucking protests? How many protests were out there that were peaceful and quiet, but none of those got delayed?
Well, and half the time they kept showing the exact same violent footage because we were so peaceful. We didn't have enough violent footage to show.
That's all. When I told people, look at all the Trump flags in front of the White House, you know what the guy told me? Oh, the media wants to show you that. Why don't they show the other side where all the American flags are? Maybe because nothing was going on over there. You think people want to see American flags? No, they don't. They want to know what's going on. Anytime. Look, I can tell you this. When I was young, we saw smoke on Plamondon Street. It looked like it was Kemp Park. Do you know where we ended up? In fucking Outremont. Because we're curious. People are curious. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Doesn't mean because he gets 1 million likes that it justifies that we're bashing cops. No one knows what those likes are for.
Saying that. I'm just saying that a lot of people that film this shit and put them on their channels, they're like, you might have the one person or the person that's trying to do good by it, right? But then you're going to have other people, a majority, that all they want is to who brought out that video.
But I disagree. The only thing I disagree, Geisgar, is that one word that you add in there, majority. Where is the proof that it's a majority? Is it a consensus that makes you believe it's a majority? Because I run more or less off of fact. If you can't prove to me that majority of the people is hearsay.
The fact that we're arguing this shows that the system's broken because the truth is never out
there.
No,
it's just good conversation.
I know, but the fact that we're going back and forth, right? Is the reality that media keeps the truth away. They bend it to what they want. No, they bend it to what they want us to believe.
What's influencing us? What's grabbing our attention?
I was saying earlier,
right? I just think there's too much media. You say there's not enough. I think there's too much. It's saturated,
and there's too much fake news because there's all these mediums about. Yes, there's too many mediums that could say something, and then all of a sudden, oh, I found my sources here. I found my source there. But this guy is just, it's just a guy.
We're both right.
So Jacob, I don't
the same thing at the end, man.
I don't remember his last name, but Jacob, the guy that got shot in the back, we don't see that whole video. But at the end of the day, what we see at the end of the video is enough to say that what happened to him was fucked up.
I agree.
It makes
know what I
people
mean?
say, "I
A
don't give a
person running
fuck
away
what
that
happened." That's what happens.
was not a person that was a threat.
Yeah.
Being shot in the back. That's 100%.
With his kids in the car. Now,
Okay,
they did.
nobody deserves to be killed for stealing a pack of gum. Like I'm obviously that wasn't
You know what I mean?
there, but this is
No.
like
Do we
the cops
fucking live
aren't
in
there to
where
punish
people
people.
But Dandelionfluff, do you understand what kind of society we live in where we're even arguing that?
I know.
Mhm.
Oh
You
no,
know what I mean?
it's fucked
Like,
up.
is there not is common sense diminishing? Like, wow, wow. That's all I can say is fucking wow.
The system's broken.
You
That's
see,
what it is.
and then we get to another one, which was the George Floyd shit, right? We all seen what happened with that, and then they started talking about, well, it was a drug overdose, and it wasn't the cop's knee on his neck, and I'm like, listen, first off, they were saying how he had enough drugs in his system that could have. This is rumors; they never proved this yet, though. But they were saying that he had enough drugs in his system. Was it? What was the name of the drug? Shit, I can't remember the name of the drug, but they said it had enough to like kill a horse or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm like, listen, I smoke a lot of weed, and I know I can smoke more than Roberto, right? So you don't know what the man's tolerance was. If this man is constantly fucking high and constantly doing it, then of course he's gonna need more than normal. You know what I mean?
Pretty sure that the fact that he was being knelt on and kept saying I can't breathe was probably a pretty good indication that maybe
he couldn't breathe. Yeah, exactly.
And you know what's the worst thing? Some people had the go to ask the person who was filming for 7 or 8 minutes, why didn't you do something?
Right.
What the fuck do you want them to do? What do you want her to do?
14-year-old girl? What she can do?
How many times did she tell the cops to get off of him?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if it's me or even if it's you, Roberto, that's all we can do, because if we try
all I can do is what she did, and maybe do a good narration. This is right from the start. I took on my phone as soon as they pinned them on the floor, and now it's minute number 2, and they're still there. You hear all the people saying, "Get the fuck off of him," and you give a narration like you're, you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. Anyways, we can harp on that forever. I'm just hoping that, I know the system's not going to change, and it's a sad way to think, but I don't even see any progression. None. Zero. Like, okay, yes, we're acknowledging that it's happened. Does it take 400 years for acknowledgement, man? It's going to take another 400 years to admit that it happened?
And
or it's happening?
actually, Tim, yes, I did see the footage, and he was not saying he could not breathe before that. He was not. I seen from start to finish. They pulled him out of the store. They sat him down on a fucking brick wall by the store, right? Then they took him from that brick wall to the car. And then when they took him to the car, that's when he was sitting in the car first. I seen all the footage. I seen every single footage of it. There was no footage where he says he cannot breathe before he was on the ground. And if you have it, you can show it to me, but I haven't seen it.
Let's check to see if it was doctored.
That too, right? Because it's the narrative. It's the narrative that they give you guys, right? The minute something like that happens, what do they say? And I said it before it even came out. I said, watch, they're going to talk about how he was some sort of criminal or some shit like that. And that's exactly what they did.
He deserved to be killed for supposedly passing a fake $20 bill.
Exactly.
They do the same thing to rape victims.
Not deserve to get killed for shit like that. Or that's just, it's wrong. It comes down to it's just completely wrong.
Exactly. 100%.
How many times could they be a victim? How many fucking times?
Absolutely.
And then the family's got to deal with that too. Not only that they lost somebody, a sibling, they got to lose their face, discredit the family name. Like, fuck, who stands up for these people, man? And there's probably thousands of them.
And what ends up happening? The cop, ends up getting off all the time.
7 times he shot that guy. He got
in
off.
the back.
7 times.
Okay, Breonna Taylor, right? They broke into her house. They did not acknowledge who they were, and there is evidence that they did not say who they were. So if you have a license and you're able to carry a gun and people are breaking into your house and you shoot, is that your fault? Is that your fault? You don't know.
Well, it's the same thing, right? If someone's like pinning you down and you're having a hard time breathing, what are you going to do? Are you going to like go? No, you're going to resist because you're feeling your life is in danger. I just don't understand how these.
It's a human reaction.
Can, like, say, well, why did they do this or why did it's like? Well, because they were fighting for their life, right? Of course, you're going to resist if your like life is in danger. Any of us would. You wouldn't be able to like stop yourself from reacting that way.
Absolutely.
You know Roberto said it before. When the only way things can change is if we change, right? It's up to us, and it's basic. It's simple. Respect one another.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Respect one another and love each other, man. That's the only way this will ever work. Yeah. And it's a long road. Yes,
that's a big ask. That's a big ask.
It's a big ask
right now because I feel hate has overcome love, and it's progressing more towards hate than love. Because you look at the 80s, the 80s was all about love. Love, love, love. Music, love. TV, love. Everybody loved each other. Racism was like almost invisible.
But it was there, and that was the
problem.
There,
of course, yes. I mean,
you're
right.
This is the thing that's
right.
good about now is that this stuff is getting a lot more attention.
But we weren't prepared for it, Dandelionfluff. That's the problem. We weren't prepared for it. I wasn't. I was oblivious to this. I can't believe that I'm seeing racism as bad as I saw it, on TV in the 60s, early 60s, late 50s. I'm seeing that now. I never saw back then cops killing people. I saw them mistreating them, letting dogs bite them, beating them with batons, but there was nobody getting shot, killed, dead. Well, I can't say nobody. We didn't have social media,
right? They're like trying to make everybody scared of everything else because the only way they can like maintain their like various controls over their various groups of people is by making them fear other groups of people. But I don't know. I think like because there's like a lot of attention on it now. Like I started reading. I think it was a book I read it was about something else, and it actually ended up having a lot of. It was called High Time, and it's like a black guy down in the States, and he's a scientist, but he grew up in sort of like a lower class neighborhood, and it was sort of like, but it was a lot of his like explaining like because I know about racism and stuff. But that was the first time I'd actually really heard it from somebody else's perspective. And that's when I started to like really be like interested in the subject and try to like learn more about it and like try to take on to myself, like recognizing that, I do have like a position of privilege in a sense, right? Like there's things that I like, my life's not easy, but that's not the thing. That's not one of the things that makes my life difficult, right? I've lived in lots of places where I was like a minority person, like, in Toronto, like if you're not Italian, you're a minority, and when I lived in Montreal, I wasn't French, I was English, so, but again, it's still like, it's not like dealing with the same thing. Like it's a completely different situation. And that was like a real eye opener for me reading that book. And then I've like learned more stuff since then, like, gone into more like looking at history and things like that. And it's, but the thing is every time one person like me makes that connection and like looks at the history and like realizes more of the problems and like where they're coming from. The same thing up here, like, we have a lot of issues dealing with like, Native people and stuff, right? But you can't like tar everyone with the same brush and you can't make generalizations about anybody. So, but it's up to people like me to like educate myself, right? So that I stop being racist or I recognize the potential for it in myself.
Exactly. And for me, I think one of the worst ones is Breonna Taylor.
That was bad.
Those cops got off for that.
Yeah.
What, 11, 12-year-old kid playing with a toy gun, shot him without even questioning or nothing. Just pulled out the gun, shot him. And those cops got off. So at the end of the day, this is what we see constantly every day.
Was that
That's
Trayvon
like
Martin?
movie come out yet?
That was Trayvon Martin, right?
No, Breonna Taylor was a different one. Trayvon Martin was different. Zimmerman got off for that one, but this was actual cops. And they showed the video. He's in a park playing. Cop pulls up,
Oh, I saw that.
shoot him. Boom, dead. Little kid. Those
Yeah.
cops got off like a few weeks ago. Like,
Yeah.
they don't give us justice. They don't give a shit about us, man.
You know what I want to say, Anzo? Because if you look back, all these cops, when all these events, they all said they feared for their life, right?
Mm-hmm.
No weapons, no nothing, no aggression, nothing.
Yeah, Tamir Rice. That's it. Sorry.
So what happened at the White House? Didn't any cops there fear for their life?
Bro, I keep seeing this. I keep seeing
What
this
have you
video.
done, Roberto?
You didn't hear
Just
that
set him
phrase
off
mentioned
again.
once. You didn't
Bro.
hear that phrase mentioned once. I was
Bro,
feared.
I keep
my
watching
life.
this when I was the day they kept showing this clip, right, where the bunch of them are about to jump in, and there's a black cop, and he's at the door, and then he backs up and he picks up his little stick, right, and I'm like, you got a fucking gun. If you want to stop that, pull out your gun. I can guarantee you, not one of those people.
They
would
had
have moved
direct
forward.
orders to not garnish their guns. They had direct orders, man. And if anyone says otherwise, prove it, because you can't take anything else from that.
Yeah, I think that was like, there was some like shady shit going on with that whole scenario.
It was an
Anyway,
inside
guys,
job.
I have got to be up early, so I'm gonna like bail on y'all.
No
It was a
problem.
pleasure.
Really fun to be here.
It was a
I'm
pleasure
happy
having
to come
you.
back another time if you want my
Anytime. You're
For
more than welcome.
sure.
accumulated self on here anytime again.
You're more than welcome. And you are the first woman that we have had on the show. So,
Excellent.
and
Yep.
anytime
That's a
you want to come
signature
back,
right there.
Yep.
There we go.
anytime you want to come back, you're welcome.
Well, at least I brought some flaminess, even if I don't have it like behind me.
Oh no, you came
Indeed.
correct.
I brought my own fire.
You did.
There you go.
All right. Well, it was great to see you guys.
Take
And
care.
hi,
Have a good
everybody
one.
in the chat. It was lovely to engage.
Good to have you on. Take care, Dandelion.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll close it up soon. I'm just waiting for this guy, because Tim said he's watching a video where he says he couldn't breathe before he lied down or something like that, or before he got in the car. So I want to see that video, because I know I watch tons of videos. I never
For
seen
sure
that.
it was doctored, for sure. Because you have so many conspiracy motherfuckers out there trying to get, like Guyscar said, likes and views and all this bullshit.
Mhm.
How many
You're
times you
absolutely
see, like you said, this guy died, and sure enough, you do research. He didn't die.
Right.
But yet it's all over Facebook with fucking sponsors and everything, right?
exactly.
Mhm.
You know, and JJ said he was gonna send me something.
I get really heated about that shit, you know?
All
Guyscar.
right, no,
So,
Roberto, man, we're
because
boys,
you know what?
man. It's all
I was
good,
getting, from I'm a little kid, you know, I felt
Mhm.
like when they put Roots on TV,
Mhm.
they didn't put Roots on there to educate me. They put Roots on there to engage me, enrage me, and have a different outlook. Because I started looking at my white friends different. I won't lie, huh? Because I had no clue. I never really got an education on slavery.
Mhm.
And then when they put Roots on there, and I saw what happened and all that, I started looking like, you guys fucking did that to us.
Mhm.
So people who aren't educated, that's the outcome of that kind of shit.
Knowledge is power, man.
How
And
many
truth.
people aren't educated and are watching what's going on in the US? Because I know as a black Canadian, I say a lot of shit. Maybe I might not do it because, you know, you never really know till you're in the environment.
Mm.
But I think I would end up dead or in jail if a sibling of mine was treated the way I see a lot of brothers and sisters treated in the US. I would, you know, I don't want to get our show in heat or anything, but this has been, you know, I'm an older guy and I've been watching this happen for a long fucking time. I've been watching this for a long time and I'm fed up.
What's up, JJ?
What's up,
JJ.
guys? How's it going?
Doing good, doing good.
It's
Yeah, I
our
seen
boy,
that comment. I
JJ.
was like, wait, please explain this comment, JJ.
Okay. All right. I said I feel the punishment deserves a crime. Okay. Now, I don't mean that 100% because there are some crimes that are forgivable, depending on what they are. But I'm talking about like cold-blooded murder, regardless if it's cop or pedestrian, it doesn't matter. You kill someone, gone. You should be gone. Eye for an eye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're a rapist. You go to prison. You get to meet Bubba. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You steal.
Justice.
Yeah, you steal. You go to work to pay back what you stole. No,
That sounds like the perfect world. Sorry to cut you off.
I don't know. I understand. It's, you know, and I realize we don't live in a perfect world, but there's a lot of bullshit out there that can be forgiven.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, but there's some seriousness out there that, as far as the U.S. justice system goes, all right, you do the crime, you better be paid. You better be prepared to pay the expenses for the crime you committed. Okay, I'm tired of. I've got a nephew in federal prison right now, guilty by association.
Damn.
He didn't do a damn thing. He was just behind the wheel of a vehicle. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. He's been in prison a decade.
Shit.
Okay, they should have done let his ass go by now. He's got a daughter, and let's put a little icing on that cake. Okay, it's something that's been going on here in northeastern Florida for the past almost 3 years now. Almost 3 years ago, Mother's Day. Same nephew, the mother of his daughter, got kidnapped and murdered. He's the only surviving biological parent.
Shit.
Let his ass go.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you got people out there doing dumber shit left and right. They get to roam free, or they go in front of the judge and get off with light bullshit. And he's already been in prison for a decade or better now. Let him go. Let him go. You know,
it seems like there's more injustice than justice.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is correct. And I just want to address this one. So Henry says, let me ask you a question. I'm Latino.
I read that, yeah.
With 2 kids. And if I was a cop and I stopped a Latino dude, you better be sure I'm on high alert. I need to come home for my kids. Well, that's that stereotypical shit that they
hold on, in your
face. No. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
A white man will fuck you up just as much as a Latino. It has nothing to do with the color of their skin. It has to do with their character. Mm-hmm. You understand that? So you're telling me that if you're just walking, or you stop a Latino who's just walking down the street or whatever, just because he's a Latino, you're going to have a higher, be on higher alert? That's bullshit. That's
look,
the stereotypical shit.
Why I could say I kind of feel him because there was a situation. I was walking my dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a small guy. I don't think I look like a victim.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I carry my own, right? I'm walking, and walking towards me are 3 guys. 2 of them were wearing hoods. Now, we grew up in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
We, kind of judge people by their movements, like it's called survival skills. If you feel like the back of your hairs on your neck rise, you respect it, right? Mine started to rise. And as I'm getting closer to them, in my head, I'm contemplating, I'm going to knock that guy out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try and run. I'm thinking all these different scenarios. Sure enough, these 3 guys walk right past me.
Mm-hmm.
My fucking heart rate was all irregular. So I could somewhat put myself in that guy's situation, that I'm a cop. And hold on, let me just speak my piece. I'm a cop. I pull you over, Anzo.
Mm-hmm.
You have your hood on. You give me the stereotypes of someone that's not going to be cooperative. I'm going to be a little more on guard. I won't come with my gun drawn. I hear you.
But I'm going to be on guard. Stereotype, though.
But be it the stereotype, it's called survival skills, Anzo. There's degrees. If I come with my gun already cocked at you, I'm already determining that you are a guilty person in that car. You're gonna take my life. I fear for my life. But if I come over, I'm not grabbing my gun, but in my head, I'm preparing myself for you to do something. That's his job.
But that's the same thing.
How is it the same thing if you never get that impression?
Because hold on, what I'm trying to say is that that's the same thing. If you're stereotyping me because of the way I look, regardless of whether you come and you pull out your gun, you're still doing the same fucking thing.
How do you know? I'm not treating you indifferent. I'm asking you for your license and registration. You give it to me. You didn't commit no crime. I give it to you. You're on your way. I didn't look at you. I didn't belittle you. I didn't disrespect you. I'm just on guard.
Yes, but you
I understand, but if I treat you differently, but you don't know that, Anzo. I didn't show you.
It doesn't matter if I know it or not. It's you. You're the one that's falling into the stereotypical bullshit.
I'm a cop.
It doesn't matter because if you're going to tell me that you're going to be on higher alert because I'm a black man walking down the street with a hood.
Oh, you have a hood on.
Right.
You have a hood on.
Hold on. Listen. Okay, I have a hood on. Right. Exactly. So if you're acting that same way to a white person that has a hood on, then I completely understand that. But that's not what he's saying. He's saying,
I'm saying me.
Yes, that's you. But that's not what he's saying. He's saying if he stops a Latino person, he's going to be on a higher alert.
I hear you. I hear you.
Stereotypical shit. Because
we don't know how he grew up. We don't know his environment. We don't know. Like if you could say that in a rough area, it might not happen in an area that isn't so rough. So you don't have that same mindset. You know what I mean?
You grew up on Berkeley.
Yeah, but you have to prepare yourself for where you are. Because if you're gullible, you'll fall victim. No?
JJ,
would you agree with that?
Hold on. Let JJ finish first. I'll come back to you. Go ahead, JJ.
First off, before I make the comment, I have a question. Roberto.
Yes, sir.
Where are you at? U.S. or Canada?
Canada.
He's with us.
Okay. All right. See, I don't know if there's much difference in between Canadian police and U.S. police.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here it varies from state by state. I believe for you guys it's territory by territory. I don't know if it's the same or not. What Roberto is trying to say, Anzo, is no matter the situation, no matter the skin color, when an officer approaches your window, they're automatically thinking in that perspective because they've got to be prepared to defend themselves.
Yes, that I completely understand.
But that's not being stereotypical. Now I understand the comment, but in general, that's how an officer of the law thinks.
Yes, and that's what I said. If you're doing that with the same person, if you have that same energy that you have with a white person, then I understand that. But the comment was him specifically calling out a Latino, him being Latino, and then calling out a Latino. So that's like me saying, well, I'm a black cop, but if I stop a black guy, I'm going to have my alert up more because it's a black guy. And that's the stereotypical shit that I'm talking about.
I feel you. But how many times does the black cop come in the neighborhood and say, hey, let me handle this? These are my people. I know how they are.
It never does.
No, but you know what?
That happened with the cops that came uptown. Because when they started coming in the park, it wasn't the white cop who came. It was a black cop who was being the cocksucker because he felt like he knew we were all criminals. And I feel you. I feel you for that. But there's a difference when you're alone and when you're with a partner. When you're alone, you got to be safe because you have no backup. You don't know what's happening. You don't know if you're going to get jumped.
Yep.
And that's why I said I kind of feel him. I'm not justifying him. I feel what you're saying a little more because this is the world we live in, but I could sympathize for him a bit. Maybe he didn't word it properly, but I can understand where he's coming from. Being a cop, you got to be on guard.
Listen, I got pulled over after leaving my dad's in Ormstown. All right. I was with my kids in the back seat. I pulled the left. I saw headlights coming pretty fast. At nighttime, you don't know if it's a cop car or not. I pulled out, started. I accelerated.
Do we know Henry?
Yes, he's Henry, the kid with the soccer ball. I always used to walk down Barclay Street.
Okay. I was wondering because he's like coach in age, and I'm like, wait, do we know him?
Yeah.
Well, how the fuck do you know that? I looked at that. I totally ignored it. How the fuck does he know?
Yeah, he lived on Barclay, right in front of our.
I told no one. I promise.
So I got pulled over, right? And the cop, when he approached, and I was looking at the rear, like the mirror, he was approaching with his hand already on his gun as he approached the vehicle, right? So it's already, his hands on the gun, and it's perfect That's what they're taught to
Preventative.
do.
Yeah.
And he approached, when he approached like he's a distance, and right away he goes, "You cut me off," and I'm like, "No, I didn't." And I'm like, "I didn't cut you off. Your headlights were pretty far." I'm like, "You must." I even said, "You must have been speeding." I told him. So he goes, "Give me your license and registration." I gave him the papers. He went back, gave me back, and he gave me back my papers, and he says, "What are you doing in this area?" I'm like, "My father lives down the road." And he's like, "Okay." Looked back, saw my kids were there, semi freaking out. And he goes, "Have yourself a good night." That's it. That's all it was.
To get to what Pixel said there, some of these cops, they're in jurisdictions where they're covering landscape that maybe a police station should, and they're by themselves. So it's not even about get backup or you shouldn't sit solo. They don't have a choice.
That's true.
No, that's not necessarily true. They could call for backup. They could call for backup before they get involved in a situation.
How do you know? How do you know?
No, I'm saying if they feel like they have to stop somebody, they can call for backup. Like they can have backup there within fucking 10 seconds of a situation.
You need to go in the Maritimes. One RCMP covers a fucking district. By the time he calls back, no, but I'm saying it depends on the scenario where you are. Some of these cops don't have backup. They call backup. By the time it reaches, they're dead.
It could be JJ, on call with a beeper that has to react, right?
No offense. I gotta ask. RCMP, is that Radio
Canadian
Control
Mounted Police?
Okay, I was about to say
Dr. Doolittle?
Mountain Patrol.
Not Dr. Doolittle. Dr. What was it? Brandon Fraser paid him, the Mountie.
That's I know. Yeah. Dudley did right.
Yeah, that's how they make fun of our RCMP.
A legend up here.
Okay, no, I apologize. I just had to ask.
No worries.
No,
but look,
okay,
I had an incident in Florida where the cops freaked me out, man. They freaked me out. They fucking pretzeled this guy before he could even answer the question they asked him. I was like, what? So Canada and we're nowhere near the same.
Roberto, may I introduce you to Florida Man?
Yeah, you never met JJ, Roberto?
No. Respect.
We talked. I've been in the chat many times before. It's my first time on the OCC. O.O.C. Damn, I thought I started watching TV for a minute.
That's the brother show.
Yeah, the other show. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, no, I appreciate you letting me come on here, Anzo. I don't like typing conversations, so it was easier just to say it than try to type it.
Well, I did invite you on last week to get something off your chest, and you were like, "Nah, you're good." Remember? So
no, that wasn't meant for this show, bro.
Oh, this show is meant for everything, bro. That's exactly it. We bring the fire on this show. We talk about anything.
3 episodes, we really went raw. Daddy
Well,
was
no,
like,
I'm not really raw. It's just, it's more along the lines of the toxic masculinity side of things. You know, I just want to find me a pretty young lady so I can enjoy the rest of my days. You know what I'm saying? I've been divorced for almost 3 years now. I'm tired of being alone. That ain't nothing to really complain about. That's most guys
talking about.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of gets into the fields a little bit. Most men don't have to worry about this. I'm a broke down motherfucker. All right. No woman wants something like that. So it's like, okay, let me see if I can find someone just as messed up as I am. But that'll never work either. You know, it's
catch-22, right?
Yeah. You know, it ain't nothing big. It ain't nothing really to get into. You know, I don't care who you are. White, black, purple, gray, pink. I don't give a fuck. I'm not picky.
United Colors of Benetton. I don't give a shit.
No. Seriously, that's how I treat everybody, though. Man, woman, child. I don't care. I don't care who you are, where you come from. I'll shake your hand, give you a hug, depending on what you prefer the most. You know, if you start to hug me, I'm gonna hug you back. You know, hey, how you doing? I'm JJ. How you doing? Nice to meet you. I don't give a fuck.
And I'll vouch for JJ.
That's what I say all the time.
And I'll vouch for JJ Robert. This guy, he's a good dude, man.
Absolutely.
Really good dude, man.
I'll vouch
You
for
know?
that too.
So
Well, I feel he's real, so he's got to be good people.
Hey, they ain't nothing left to me but being real at this point.
That's why I say respect, my brother.
Well, like I tell you, how long is it I met you, JJ? Like maybe 5 months ago or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we hit
less
it
than a
off.
year.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We
less
hit
than
it
a
off,
year.
right? And one day I was on a stream and this guy went off on me. It's like, oh, this and that, this and that. So I told JJ, I'm like, yo, JJ, this fucking guy went off on me. I dealt with him too, but yo, JJ did stream the next day, called the man out, was like, yo, don't fucking do that shit. I was like, yo, JJ had my back, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you what. If I call you my friend, and in turn you call me brother, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't give a fuck who you are. You talk shit. When I came on YouTube almost 2 years ago, YouTube almost 2 years ago. Damn, that's a mouthful, even when you ain't got no teeth. I was polite, considerate. I tried to keep the peace. One night, one person rubbed me the wrong way, and I lost my shit on him. After that, I dare. This goes to anybody in the chat. I love everybody out there. I see a lot of familiar names out there. There's some people out there that know I'm telling the truth. You fuck with my friends, I'm coming for you. One way or another. Thank you, Maz. I love you, darling. You know that. We don't get to spend hardly any time together, but you know I mean that, darling. I've known you for a while now, through chat or even briefly on a stream. I mean that. But you fuck with my friends, you're fucking with me, and I will call anybody out.
Yeah, JJ called him out. JJ called him out. And he did it twice, not just once. He did it twice. And I was like, shit, JJ. Jay's like, yo, I know you can handle yourself because I cursed the shit out of this guy. Like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? I ain't no fucking kid, bro, And then JJ's like, oh, yeah, really? And then boom, went at him again. So, when it comes to good peoples, I like to say I found a few of them online, LDG, JJ, so there's some definitely good people out there.
Last but definitely not least, the way I live my life is we can all speak words. And I say this a lot, and that's why I wanted to come on here and explain myself from what I type in the chat. Anybody, I don't care who you are, when you're DMing, when you're in a live chat, you can only read so much into words. Because you're missing the feeling that's truly behind them.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's true.
That's why I put myself on camera. I'm tired of being mistaken in the chat. It's time to get the point across. I've said this before, and this is the first time me saying it here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 2021. We are beyond the petty bullshit we are going through right now. Let's pick ourselves up and do what the fuck we're supposed to. Okay, we should be far beyond this. We need to stop repeating history.
Facts.
Let's go forward. Let's make it forward. In a positive way. And that's what I'm about. I try to be positive, but don't piss me off.
Exactly.
It's funny you say that, JJ, because today I was at Baskin Robbins treating myself and my mom to some ice cream. And this woman, she asked me, oh, what flavor, blah, blah, blah. And we started talking, and I'm like, I don't even know this lady, but we're having a nice conversation, right? And sure enough, she took in when I said I bought this ice cream for my mom. And she goes, I have 2 kids and I could only wish they would do that for me one day. I said, they sure can. She's like, how? I said, send them to my school. She's like, what school is that? I go, respect. And I'll put it in their asses. And she laughed.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Nice meeting you.
Right.
Because I can tell you right now, that's it's almost a lost trait, right?
What did we speak about in the beginning of the show, Roberto? Right. What was it we were saying?
Yep.
That's exactly it.
Nah.
You today, man. No respect.
Yeah, you. What you talking about?
We're talking about.
Youth.
You nah, but no, to end that out, we can only read so much in the words. Okay, to me, it's the actions behind the words, whether typed or spoken. That's where you earn your respect. And I've tried my damnedest to earn my respect with a lot of people. I've fallen flat with a lot of people. But I do have a certain circular of friends to where I've proven myself time and time again. Roberto, you don't know me from Adam, but I'm hoping to change that. Gaishkar, you
Yes,
don't
sir.
know me that well either. But
From what I do, man.
hopefully I'm proving a good point at the matter.
Absolutely, you are, man.
Very much so.
Alonzo,
Mhm.
I don't care if I'm in Florida. I don't care if you're in Canada. I don't give a fuck where you at. I got your back to the end, bro.
Same here, bro.
I hope to make some contacts like that on my YouTube venture, because you know what, I'm envious of what Anzo has done. I know. No, you have to hear me, because I know him since he's shorter than my table I'm sitting at right now. I know him since he's a little run-ins, and the transformation he's made, going through what he's gone through. I have to admire him and respect him, and he knows what I mean when I say I admire him. I don't sit here and say I want to be like Anzo, but I know the struggles he's gone through, and I respect him. I told him today, he's family. Whether he came from my dad or my mom, to me, he's family.
Absolutely.
100.
Listen, I got on one of Anzo's streams one night, and it was completely accidental because I can understand the viewer didn't really know me, know where I came from, know anything about me or what I was about. But I made a comment, okay? And it was just merely a speculation comment. And because I was one of the only white guys and there was a couple black guys on there, automatically I'm a racist.
Mm-hmm.
I had to set that shit straight real quick. That's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care what you look like. None of you. Nobody in the chat. Nobody on the panel. I don't give a fuck what you look like. You pay me respect. You got mine in return.
100.
Absolutely.
100. I should have
That's
worn
why
my.
we're freaking arguing today. That's exactly.
I should have really wore it.
And one thing I'll say, I know about Roberto, he's a big, if you respect him, he will respect you. You know what I mean? And
I got
we've had, back in the day, I didn't really like Roberto. He was, you know what I mean? But as I got older and he got older, we got that respect for each other, And I always tell him, and I will always say this, hands down, what I do, my telemarketing, I would not be who I am if it wasn't for him. I would not. You know what I mean? I would not have strived to be the best at what I did if it wasn't for him. And that's a fact, man, because I'll never forget that day. And I don't know if you remember, Roberto, I'm sure you do, but he brought me and these two other guys were at work, and we were just laughing and joking, and we were sucking. And he called us in the office, and he was like, yo, you guys are my boys, and I can't show favoritism, but if they told me I had to fire somebody, it would have to be you guys. And I went back to my desk, and I never got to talk like that again. Ever. I went from being like one of the worst to the best in that company until I left. This guy was one of the best supervisors that I've ever had. I learned so much from him. And like I said, because of what he taught me, it's because of what I am today. So,
and it's so funny we're ending the show on this kind of note, because the reason I spoke about I and we was all due to telemarketing. Because when I was a supervisor at this company, there was some other co-supervisors working with me. And this one supervisor who was there longer than me and was getting a lot of respect, he just talked about himself. And he had like 60 people on the floor working for him, but he took credit for everything. And I said, you know what? I will never be like that. I'm going to fight my ass for these people that are fighting to represent me, because I ain't doing shit. They're doing it for me. So what could I do for them? Fight for them. And this is why I had a 2-year lifespan in almost every call center I worked in, because they don't give a fuck about people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you give a fuck about people, you're exposable.
They don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah. And you
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
learned in life too? All the nice people that I met in life, they're all suffering. So what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
All the
one
nice
of 'em.
people I meet. Like, you know, I play hockey with fucking millionaires, okay? And I hit my dark spot where everybody hits, where they say to see your true friends. All these guys that I'm sitting at the bar drinking and eating with, when they're gloating about, they spend $5,000 on their fucking handlebars. They spend $3,000 on a footstep. They spent $600 last night at the bar drinking. And I was at my end. They were going to cut my phone. I was going to lose my car. They were taking everything from me. And all of these guys weren't there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of them. Not one of them. But there was one person in that room who always was concerned about me, always asking me, Mendez, you okay? And I'd say yes. And he'd say, are you okay? And I'm like, why is he always asking me twice? Because he saw what I was going through. I didn't tell him because I didn't think he was the one. But when I sat back and saw that guy and I asked him, I'm here today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is why I say be familiar with your surroundings and listen for the I and we people, because the we people are the ones that are going to fucking be there for you. The I people only care about them fucking selves.
Facts.
Sorry, that's how I'm ending that fucking start and finish.
No. I got to add on to that.
Please do, Jay.
Similar situation. Almost 3 years ago.
Because you're good people.
Yeah. You know, I will walk the ends of the earth for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I am one of those caring people. My ex-wife threw me out on my ass like a bag of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before that sounds, you know, already pretty grim, I'm not going into the extent of it, but I am a disabled man. I have multiple things wrong with me. She threw me out without an income, without a way to grab the medication I need to survive, without being able to go and pay the medical bills I need to go to the doctor. She threw me out to die.
Mm-hmm.
That year, okay, that happened in January. Late that April, I got admitted into the hospital with a minor heart attack. Okay, I spent 5 weeks in the hospital. When I came out, friends, family, YouTubers, everyone of all walks of life came out of the woodwork and helped me survive for almost a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I will never, and I mean never, be able to repay the kindness, except for the only thing I can physically afford is everyone. You need me. You know how to find me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything isn't based on a dollar, yo.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Absolutely.
I am bad with money. Yo, I am bad with money. I am the world's worst.
What you said, JJ, these women don't want you for money. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to bash all women. But I can tell you, this is a man's perspective. And why do so many men think this way? It's not brainwash. It has to be somewhat factual, you know, because if you don't have the money, somehow things don't go right.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, maybe it might be because, you know, we're a little bit too manly to accept that a woman could be a breadwinner. But I think it's more insecurity. When is she going to turn on you? That's what it is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you what.
If she makes money, I'll put on that freaking apron and I'll cook and I don't give a shit. I'll treat her like when she comes home from work, her food's on the table, and I'm yep.
Mm-hmm. For 7 years, my wife sat on her ass while I worked my ass off. I had a traditional marriage, not because she chose to, but she cooked, she cleaned, you know. I had no problem with her sitting on her ass and watching TV because I knew I had a hot meal waiting on me when I got home. Now, before this goes any further, it's not because I expected her to. Okay, she wanted to do this. All right. Now, when she started working and I was working, fuck, that just turned me on even more. I ain't got a problem with a woman working, earning a living. I don't have a problem with it. I inspire for it. I've always felt like we all are equal. Everybody says, what gender are you? What race are you? What are you this? We are all human.
All here for the ride.
That's the race that counts, human.
You know, and a lot of people frown on the way people say this. But as a white man sitting here right now, Black Lives Matter is bullshit. And I do not say that from a racist standpoint. It's bullshit because every single life on this planet is precious. That's where I say, I don't give a fuck who you are, where you come from. Everybody matters. Okay?
But you do realize that Black Lives Matter is not saying that, though. You see, that's the narrative
No.
out there.
Early on, so people were getting upset because, hey, every life matters. They were getting upset about that shit. Okay? I watch the news every morning at 4:30 in the morning. Okay? And I hear, this is what I hear on the news, on my local news. This black-owned company going bankrupt. You know, we need to invest into our local businesses. I'm like, why does the color of their skin matter? Business is business. Every business is suffering right now. Why does it matter? It's every life.
It's becoming a little too racial. I won't argue with you there, but I think the reason why we are emphasizing is because it's like when it happens to us, it doesn't matter. That's why we're saying Black Lives Matter. And anybody who has a different conception from that, then that's, sorry to say, I'm not insinuating it's you, JJ, but that's their problem, you know, because it's like for me back in the day, my brothers, every time the cops would pull us over, they'd say it's because he's black. And I'm like, how long is it before you're going to say that it has no meaning to it? Because you ran that red light. That's why you pulled us over. You fucking were speeding. You fucking did something to get us pulled over. So now when you say it's because you were black, you're discrediting when it really is the case.
Roberto.
So like calling wolf, you know what I mean?
No. I understand 150%. Because another piece of this information is I do, in fact, have a black uncle. I've had for 30 plus years. I know both sides of the story. Fortunately, I can say I was honestly raised properly. Skin colors don't matter. You know, if I was in your shoes or in my local police or state patrol shoes, I would think the same way. Now, I wouldn't necessarily walk to the vehicle with my hand on my weapon, but you better damn sure believe I'm prepared to pull it.
That's what I meant.
I know there are people out there, I don't care what country you live in, your skin color matters. What you drive matters. What you listening to matters. How you look doesn't matter. Your skin color matters.
That's true.
I got it. Okay. And we shouldn't be thinking that way. That's what I meant earlier. We should be far beyond this.
Absolutely. JJ.
Yo.
My first friend. Say my hand.
You're doing good with that, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. It took me a while.
Yo, my first friend.
Good, bro. I like it.
Can't go wrong if you go like this.
A Greek girl and a Spanish girl. Those were my first friends. You know what I mean? We grew up in a very diverse neighborhood.
Yes, we did.
So the racism didn't exist.
Yeah, it wasn't
didn't exist.
I wonder, was the Spanish girl my sister?
If anything, you saw it on TV, you know? You saw it on TV because they wanted to keep reminding you. No, it was a girl named Consuela.
Okay.
No, but at the
To
end
me,
of the
that
day,
is a sexy name.
yeah.
It was. That's why I said you're my friend.
But at the end of the day, like Roberto said, like when we were growing up, we weren't thinking racism. What we had, remember Jason and Jared?
Mm-hmm.
Remember Jason and Jared? Another two white kids. They came on the block, and I remember when I met him. I was Saturday morning. I'm sitting in my house. I'm watching cartoons, and then I go outside and I'm on my balcony. Little white kid walks up.
Jesus,
Yeah, little white kid walks up. He's like, "Hey, what's your name?" I'm like, "Hey, what's your name?" You know what I mean? We start talking, boom, and then boom, he started hanging out with all of us. Me, Gaishka, Travis. You know what I mean? It was the crew. So it was never like, "Oh my God, this is a white guy. What the hell are we doing?" Or these guys, "Oh Lord, good look, black guys." We didn't know that.
Even when you went to Geiskar's house, were you worried that his parents didn't like you?
Absolutely not.
Never crossed your mind, right? My friend George Ferreira, Portuguese, his mom used to make sure that he brought me to his house every day after school to have this giant bowl of warm chocolate milk. It's tradition in Portugal. But next thing you know, I grew up and I hear Portuguese people are prejudiced. No, maybe now they are, but not when I was growing up.
Right.
I had Italian friends, Greek friends, Portuguese, Vietnamese, Jewish, you name it.
And that just goes to prove the point that racism, you're not born that way. It's taught.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I've lost count in the past year and a half, 2 years. How many times I go to the store and you see this black man or woman, don't matter, have a child, 3, 4, 5 years old. They're walking around the store, whatever, on the way out the door. If I'm walking in or if I walk in as they're standing in line or whatever, where they can see me, they always, it never fails, guys. And I'm not making this shit up. They turn to me and go, I'm like, fuck I do to deserve that shit? Is it because of what I look like? Is it because how these kids are being taught? I don't know, but it makes me scared. Because if they're being taught that, yo guys, our future is bleak.
Maybe, because they're seeing what's happening. Like, for LeBron James to be on TV saying he fears for his life, and this guy's a mentor to a lot of people. How could any black kid look at a cop and say he's good?
And also one of the main problems is that parents today are too preoccupied with work that they leave their kids unsupervised with the freaking, they give them everything they need to be distracted and occupied. And that's the worst thing you can do, because then they get this shit and then they're freaking on social media being pumped with negativity and psychological shit, and then they wonder if they fit in with this type of group, and then you get all this anxiety shit, and anyways, man, it just goes on.
My own granddaughter, YouTube was her babysitter.
Sad.
It is sad, but don't get me wrong, she's an intelligent little girl right now. She's 11 years old and she's very intelligent. She's very smart about many things, but I don't believe that's the way to raise a child.
Absolutely
100%.
not. Absolutely not. And it's like you said, she's intelligent, and she probably, maybe was smart enough to avoid this drama shit, or, was smart enough to understand what it was. But there are the ones out there that don't. So if that's all they're seeing, you know what I mean? Especially if they're getting onto like this racism and black people this and black people that, or white people this or white people that, that's what they're going to believe. And that's
and personally, we all, and I'm not saying a bitch about it. We need to take it all and just get it right the fuck off our chest. Get it out of here.
Absolutely.
There's no place for it. There's no need for it. It does nobody good in the end.
Yep.
Our existence is quickly dying out for one reason or another. And it's a damn shame, because I don't know about you guys, but I love this planet we're on. And now I'm not an environmentalist, but damn, y'all, stop fucking shit up. Stop fucking the environment up. Stop fucking the people up. Let's move on. Let's move forward.
Life is short, man.
You're damn
Fuck
right.
normal. Fuck weird. We are human.
Exactly. You know, life is too short. You cannot afford to waste a single day. And that is the words of a dying man.
I was just gonna say, Anzo, you frozen or you reading something that interesting?
JJ,
Shit.
I have nothing but respect for you, brother. You know that.
Me too, man.
I
If you didn't,
appreciate it.
and if you
Hey,
didn't, now
hey,
you know.
I hope you do after I'm gone too. Because I mean that. That's the words of a dying man. My outcome, I'm not going to be around a lot of years. And I'm not saying that as a pity poke,
Right.
but it's reality. I've accepted it. I'm moving on with it. I'm enjoying my life. However short or however long it is, I'm enjoying it. I ain't got time for the dumb shit.
Right. You're doing you. That's what's important.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Damn right.
Well, I hope I keep meeting you along the journey, JJ. I think everything happens for a reason.
I mean that, bro.
I didn't know you were joining the show, but I'm glad you did. I'm glad Dandelion came by too. I'm really loving this, and I really, every time I do it, I'm on such a high. I want to keep doing it. I want to keep doing it, and then I leave, and it's like, oh well. But you know what? If I keep meeting people like you, I'm gonna fucking do it.
You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to come on here for a while now, but I never thought my gripes were ever. I'm not gonna say worthy, but it's just nitpicky bullshit, right? But when I started hearing you guys talking about what happened in Minnesota and LeBron James and not LeBron James, I'm sorry, Trayvon Martin, which happened about 45 minutes north of me. I was like, okay, I have some feelings on this shit. Let's get it out there.
Absolutely. That's what this show is about. So don't ever think that what you have to say is nitpicky or not good enough. Bro, we talk about food and everything on this bitch. So you're more than welcome. And you guys, I was thinking maybe we should maybe do something where we have a guest on every now and then.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
We get closer bond and get to really know the people that, because I'm dying to meet Caleb. I'm dying, and I want him to correct me and make me know that I'm saying his name right. I want to meet Mama Bear. I want to meet a lot of people because Caleb.
It's funny.
Well, you know what? I'm here too, Mama Bear. But let me just I don't mean to throw that out there. I'm glad she said that because back in my day, if you call me weird, I'm throwing a punch right at your face.
Yeah, I know, right?
There was nothing more offensive to me than be called weird. But the way society is right now, I don't want to fucking be normal. I am proud to be weird.
Yeah,
for real.
Roberto.
I said it.
Yeah. Hey, Roberto, I believe you would thoroughly love Mama Bear to death. She is a complete sweetheart. She's serious. She's to the point, but she's a complete sweetheart.
She keeps it real.
She never asked to be on the show, man. I told her from the start that she was welcome to come on the show and then she wanted to. She never asked, so I was like, okay, well.
Come on, Mama Bear.
Now you know you can. So whenever you guys are ready, you know what I mean?
If I understood that correctly, I don't mean to paraphrase, but Mama Bear, it sounded like to me you have an open invitation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she thinks I won't share. I mean, I share you on the stream, but nowhere else. So with that being said, guys, we are going to close this up. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure. JJ, thanks for coming on.
3 hours, yo. 3 hours.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I know, bro. Sometimes it's like I'm only gonna do an hour, and then next thing you know, it's like, holy shit,
it's way too heated, man. And
you notice ever since we planted these fire images in the back, it's 3 hour shows because we bring fire, yo.
We bring fire. That's it. So, JJ, since you came on last, tell the people about your channel, sir.
Oh damn, dog. Here we go. You gonna pull me out here first? Hang on.
Yep.
I don't know if I can do it or not. Mardigan's in the fucking chat trying to steal my shit. He's probably recording what I'm about to say.
He's our boy JJ.
No, that's all right. No, that's okay. Mardigan's in the chat. That's okay. Chat don't matter. Anyway, I don't even pay attention to the chat. He knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy JJ. You can find me a little bit everywhere. You find me Sunday nights over on Chris Knight's channel. Later on that night, you find me over on Hansar's channel for a couple of his streams. He does Jackbox game night one Sunday, and the following Sunday he does Name That Tune. Monday, you find me on my channel. I do a weekly live stream called Randomness at its Finest. Random panel, random topic situation. Come by, check it out. Like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff that comes with it. Tuesday night, you find me with this man right above me, Anzo Hodges, on Bigger Forward Entertainment right here for the Chaos List with himself, Danny Graham, Chris Knight, LDG Pixels, Elihu-Who, and Gaishkar, which is a welcome addition to the group. And then you find me again Thursday night back on Chris Knight's channel on the Weekly Rumble sometimes, either as a contestant or as a combatant, as I like to say. Or sometimes he likes to change it up, and I come on as just a wild card. But this Thursday, Chris is having tier 1 of his Tournament of Champions,
which I'm gonna win. I'm just saying.
No, you ain't. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And then the following week, because he explained it to us how he was going to do it. And the following week is going to be the second round of the Tournament of Champions. And the 2 highest point scorers of both shows go head to head in the final to see who's the grand champion. Alonzo thinks he's going to make it that far. Something tells me he won't make it to the third week. But hey, I wish him luck. Honestly, I do. I wish him luck. I ain't the person he is. Bad loser. I meant bad winner. Love you, bro. But yeah. And finally, you can find me on Twitter. Here you go, Mardigan. You ready? You find me at Sithlord3827. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check it out. Thanks for having me on, guys. I had a blast, no matter how serious it was.
Always a pleasure. Guys,
Yes,
you are up, my friend.
Yes, you can catch me at the Basco Scenario and, hit some likes on those game clips of COD. You can find me Sundays on the One Division on Baker Ford Entertainment. That's coming this Sunday.
Oh, yeah,
you can catch me on Tuesdays on the Chaos List on Chaos Central, as well on Wednesdays. You can find me at Chaos Central for the Rule of 3, and right here on Bigger Ford Entertainment's O.O.C.
Excellent. And Roberto, someone has
and
a
right
video
here
going.
Oh shit, that's me, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get out of there. My bad.
Come on, Boomer.
He's having some deja vu.
Where you guys can find me? You can find me right here until I do something else, yo. I ain't saying it no more.
And when Square One comes back, he will be on Square One with us there too.
That's right.
I think we got to do a special one though this weekend, man. I'll see what happens with Danny or whatever if we can do a special one. But
look, football's soon done.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? There's like two more games left after
3 weeks. 3 weeks of it.
Yeah, about 3 weeks left because of 2 games and then the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Super Bowl's like 2 weeks off, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we definitely got to get that going. And once again, I do appreciate you guys for coming and checking out our show. You know what I mean? Have a great channel, a great panel, not channel, great panel. You know?
That's what 3 hours will do to you, bruh.
Yeah.
Pull out the swords.
Yeah. You know, when Roberto reached out to me about doing YouTube, he was like, I want to do a show. And it was like, this show came up like, it was like 2 seconds. We were like, yeah, because I was thinking about doing the same thing. Boom. Roberto came up with the name, and then here it is. It was born, the O.O.C, you know? So, guys, checked it out. We try to keep it real. We'll always try to keep it as real as possible on this show for you guys. You know what I mean? And, you know, we like to joke. We like to have our fun too, but basically real stuff, you know. I feel like it's sometimes us as Black men, we don't talk about certain things or this stuff. So it's good for us to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
In general, men don't talk at all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Men are too, you know, pro magna, tough guy. We talked about crying. We talked about all
Mhm.
kinds of shit. We don't care because, like JJ said, we're all human, yo.
That is correct.
Absolutely.
I'm going to
Yeah,
use that one, JJ. I don't hope you don't mind.
hey, it'd be my pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Men are like, "Hey, man, what's going on? You good? Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
Mhm.
Great. You want to grab a beer? Sure. Let's go."
Mhm. Exactly. And you don't know, sometimes those men that you're going to grab a beer with is holding in some fucking hurt and pain and anger and everything. So even though they don't say something, sometimes just going out for that beer helps them.
It helps a lot.
Mhm.
We were going to call the show Fuck the Ego, but it's a little too harsh.
Yo,
With that,
DJ's in the chat, bro. 3 hours? That's a short stream.
Not to
Yeah,
these
no.
rookies. Not to
Hey,
these rookies. Right, guys?
Yeah,
no. Roberto, he did a 48-hour stream once that
Holy
me and
shit.
LDG and several others babysitted him through.
Straight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that for charity or something?
Nope.
Interesting.
Roberto's like, hell to the no.
Then I'll be
But I'll be
talking
like
about my divorce story, yo.
Hey, Chris Knight saying that if he reaches 7,500 subs, he's going to do a 72-hour
2
stream.
hour stream.
72-hour stream.
Good luck.
Yeah, but that sounds like for a cause, he's trying to gain something, to just do it random like that.
Yeah, just random. Just because he reached the subs he reached.
Yeah.
But he threw a challenge out there. I like that.
Yeah, he threw the challenge out there. Well, with that being said, guys, we're going to close it up. Do appreciate it. Peace out. See you guys.